What's up, guys? I just got done watching. Some of y'all tagged me in like a really interesting video. In fact, a lot of you guys tagged me in a really interesting video of a guy um who was woke up by his basement door, like somebody doing this on it, right? At 3 a.m. Um and he jerks it open. And what's funny is I saw so many people in the comments that were like, um, I can't believe you opened the door. I can't believe you opened the door. Man, I would have opened it. I would have flung it open and I would have cussed a fucking ghost out. If y'all haven't seen this video, I'll stitch it. I would have cussed out whatever the hell that was. I don't care. I'd have cussed it. Look here, motherfucker. I'm trying to sleep. Shut the hell up. But I love how many people in the comments were like, I can't believe you opened it. I can't believe you opened it. I can't believe you opened it. Like, I mean, yeah. I guess depending on how long I had lived in the house, um, I I would have probably had a pow pow with me just in case. You know what I mean? Because I mean, what if that had been like some rabid ass zombie raccoon or some shit, Like what if it had been a boogaboo? What if it had been like a person, like I probably would have hit her with a pow pow. But if y'all haven't seen this video, I'm gonna pull it up for you because that's a little bit insane. Oh, Peter May and Eddie. It's like the best thing ever. I'm a huge Peter May fan. I just love Eddie. I love it so much. And I can only imagine, where is this video? This is pissing me off. He literally just had it up. But you know what? Let me take this off the Wi-Fi. Let me do that. There we go. If y'all don't know who Peter May is, it's like Peter, and then I think it's underscore MAI. Like he's just always hiking in the hills of Austria, in the mountains of Austria with his cat, and it's great. So I'm gonna turn the sound up. That sound alone is enough to make me want to rage quit everything. That sound alone, absolutely not. Okay, like first of all, absolutely not. Something bangs downstairs and he slams the door. That would have sent a sass completely to another country. Completely to another country. Okay, like completely to another country. I 100% would have jerked that door open and fucking screamed at whatever that was. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea. And then I would have slammed the door. I would have threatened to kick everything out. Like, I would have been like, look, bitch, I'm going to kick you out, sell the house, have it torn down, and then have a concrete parking lot put up here. Like, that's what, I'm not lying. Like, I straight up would have. But yeah, the bang downstairs did get me though, because I mean, could it be a like air conditioner? Could it be, heater, whatever, like air pressure? Yes, but to make it do like that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Treasure X said, is that the guy with the rocker that goes by itself? And Brandon said, I've seen his videos are crazy. I followed him just so I can go look at some stuff. I've got some paranormal peeps I got to reach out to anyway, but yeah, that would have straight set me off. I'm not a good waker upper. I'm just not. I need to wake up on my own time. I need to like some of y'all have been following me for a long time. You've seen videos where I've posted them, you know, off the cameras, either at the shop or at the church, where we've had shit happen, doors open, doors slam, shit fall off walls, shit thrown at us. Um, and I will straight up threaten a ghost. I don't care. Straight up, I will kick you out. I will kick your ancestors out. Like, don't fuck with me. When I first bought the church, we had several times, and everybody that has stayed there, um, every single person that has stayed the night there has heard this sound. It's so crazy. And it's not every night, so it's just some nights, but it it straight up sounds like um somebody opening the door. And that door is it's a heavy, like, old school metal door, and the doorknob is real loud, and I have bells on it, like old bells that were my mom's. They're brass, like they're heavy, right? And but it sounds like somebody opens the door. I have come flying up out of that bed like knife in hand, ready to beat a bitch's ass, like I have, and then been pissed when there wasn't anything. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been pissed when there wasn't anything there. But I mean, I guess it's better to be pissed that there wasn't anything there and then it was a ghosty ghost than for there to actually be somebody there. Like, we'll go over and check, the door's locked. It's shut, it's locked. Um, but yeah, they like to lock everybody. They like to lock people out. Which is another reason why I put like a doorknob on there with a electric lock, so I can unlock it from my phone. They got jokes. They think they're fun. They think they're funny. They think they're funny. All right. Let's get on it here. There's still a lot of room on my list. If you guys want to get on there tonight, you can do so. Lauren is first. Lauren, I saw you over there. I thought I saw you over there on Yale TikTok. Pretty sure I did. All right, so we're going to mute that for a minute. Out of curiosity, how many of y'all have a nervous habit that you do and you don't even realize that you do it? Like, just out of curiosity. I didn't realize how much I chew on the sides of my mouth or the inside of my lips until recently. And I'm like, oh, that's bad. Like, that's bad. And I do it so much that now I'm catching myself doing it. And I'm like, no. Okay. All right. So let me get this set up here. I got to get this all set up. So we're going to do this first. We do need to keep Hecate on there. We are going to keep those on there. Okay. Boop, 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 doo doo doo. I think that I remember right. Yeah. Pegasus, for some reason in this system, is called Genevieve, and we want that one. And we want some bitch. I don't remember what the Hades asteroid number is. Is it 1, 2, 3, 7? It might be. No, it is. Okay. In no way is that close to the word Hades. But, you know, whatever. Whatever. I gotta get back up here to my short list. I'm going to do the true node. Sweet. All right. Actually, you know what we're going to do? No, I'm not. I'm going to leave those on there. I'm going to leave those on there. All right, Lauren, are we ready? I know that you are. Let me move this off of here. There we go. That way I can actually see. That way I can actually see all my stuff. I meant to get my other monitor set up today and I didn't, but that's okay. So now I can see y'all's. I can see y'all's. I can see YouTube and TikTok comments. All right. So, node. Okay, Hecate. That is interesting that your Hecate is tied into that, but it's in retrograde in the 12th house. No wonder you feel disconnected from your own magic. Okay. All right. Pegasus. Okay. Okay. Why am I missing one? Why am I missing? Look here. Now look here. Shit. Yes, I have that on there. So user error. My sorry. User error. My sorry. Okay. So I'm just going to let you guys know, if you want to get on the list for tonight, you better do it quickly, because when I do these, this list fills up really, really fast. These are just shorter readings. I did add today on my website a full-length astrology reading just for this. But the thing that I added on the website today is for your soul's magical purpose and karmic placements. So if you want to book a private one like that, they're intertwined together. And you can go do that. But this list fills up really, really fast, and it was already about halfway full. So I would advise getting on it ASAP. All right, Lauren. So what I'm looking at is this right here. Well, we're going to start here. So this is your north node, and this kind of signifies, when I look at it with everything else, like what your soul's overall purpose is. Does that make sense? It's in retrograde in Taurus. And because it's in the 10th house, this is going to be something that I'm going to say is kind of hard for you to hear. As a Capricorn, it's going to make sense to you. As a Capricorn with your sun and your Jupiter in the 6th house, it's going to make sense for you to hear, okay? Your soul's purpose is not to focus on other people here. Your soul's purpose is to focus on you. I don't think you do that. I don't think you do that. But just saying. And here's why I don't think you do that. All of those placements right there. But this one is your Hecate placement. And Hecate is kind of your magical calling, like where your magic lies, right? Notice that yours is in Cancer in retrograde. Cancer is a very, very family oriented sign. Cancers cancers are very in tune with the people that make them who they are. They're very in tune with like family and the people that they love, right? So the fact that that's in retrograde tells me that you already have a problem. Um just like what we talked about a while ago. You use your magic for other things, for other people, you give it away and you're not supposed to. And it's why you feel disconnected from yourself, from your magic, all of that. Um, this one down here. This is how you travel in the astral. This is your higher magical purpose, etc. This is in your 5th house. So this is creativity. This is inner child. It notice that it's tied in with your node up here, which we already kind of spoke about. Notice they're kind of arguing a little bit. They're not really getting along. Um, Having this in Sagittarius, this is going to sound really funny, but there is such a thing as party magic. And if you look at deities like Hathor, um, Apollo, Pan, deities that are known for Bacchus is another one. If deities that are known for culture and community and arts and so on, I think those are going to be the ones that you really, really jive with, right? Even though you're a Capricorn, okay, let me back out. Even though you're a Capricorn and even though you're a super mega serious work oriented Capricorn, right? The fact that your chart ruler, your rising is in Leo and your moon is in Leo, you have to have the drama. You are a Capricorn that has to have the drama. So I really am going to advise you looking into different deities that I'm not saying you have to work with all of them, and I'm not saying you have to work with any of them, but I would advise you looking into those different deities because there's a lot of them that are associated with, you want to look for the ones that are associated with culture, um, with community, with wine, um, things like that. You want to look at those, okay? But this one, Rod Hill, this is your spiritual power source. This is Kali. This is in Pisces in that 8th house. Notice it's tied in with your moon. Notice it's tied in with your sun and your Neptune. Your spiritual power, the majority of your spiritual power, comes from you being able to fly a middle finger, from you being able to know that you're supposed to do this, but you're going to do this other thing instead. It's not so much like being obstinate, it is knowing that you can change the rules. And as a Capricorn, that's every Capricorn loves that, right? Every Capricorn loves that. Capricorns are that sign that they need to know the rules right off the bat. I need to know the rules. Leos are that way too. Leos, okay, so but in a different way, right? So like Leos need to know the rules so they know how they can dramatize the rules, how they can make them bigger, shinier, better, more loud, right? Capricorns need to know the rules so they know how far they can push them. Can they break them? Can they change them? Can they rewrite them? Like Capricorns, that cardinal, I'm going to do what I want anyway now that I know the rules. So your whole aspect of your spiritual power comes from rebellion in a way, which is another reason why I say looking into those deities that are associated with culture and community, belonging, wine, food, festivals, like things like that. Those are always going to be, what is Sass calling? Those are always going to offer you a glimpse into how to utilize that magic. Do you see what I'm saying? We'll talk about that in a minute. Um, Psyche, this is the essence of your soul, like who you are at your core. Notice that it's tied into some of the same things that your Kali was tied into. There's a lot more to these asteroids, okay? I'm just saying. I'm giving y'all like a quick overview of these so that way we can read them all at once. This one's also in Pisces. This is a lot of emotion. It's a lot of water. It's a lot of flow. It's a lot of, I mean, water is not a soft thing, right? Water is not a soft thing. Water can be a soft thing, but water is a powerhouse. Water can be a tsunami. Water can be, can turn into a hurricane, things like that. So with your psyche being there as well, and this being the essence of who you are, I would also advise looking at deities that are highly associated with water. Those that are associated with storms, those that are associated with protecting those over water, and things like, I mean, big ones, like Poseidon, things like that. There's an immense amount of deities that are associated with water. I don't know why I'm specifically telling you to look at deities, but apparently I need to because that's what I feel like I should do. This is also getting along really well with your Hecate placement right here. So again, when I said that you're giving your magic away, you're giving your personal power away, you're manifesting for everyone else and not yourself. You're giving your soul essence away. You're giving your power source away. You're giving those things away, which is why you feel run down all the time. It's why you feel like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you have like, Wile Wile Coyote skidded in the dirt and kind of can't get back up on some days. You're going to have to really work on, and here's when I say this next part, I want you guys to listen to me for just a minute, okay? All of y'all. Lauren, you're really going to have to work on shielding yourself from that need of giving away all of your magic, all of your time, all of your energy, all of your power source, etc. And only giving it out in small doses. Now it's going to take you a while to get there. All of these different things, when people say, oh, you need to work on this, you need to work on this, you need to work on this, etc. Every one of y'all can do this. It's easy. But it takes effort. It takes personal effort. It's just like if you really wanted to get up and start exercising every day, you would. You would, wouldn't you? You would. You were going to say you really thought you were getting better. And I know we've talked about it before, not giving those things out. But so I'm not griping at you. So don't think I'm griping at you, Lauren, because I know she's over there like, oh, I thought I was doing really good. I'm not griping at you. I'm just saying, like, people be draining you, man. Inevitably I'll have someone say like, well, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? For everybody, it's different. For some people, it's a crystal, wearing the right crystals. For some people, it's, in fact, you know what? Let me say it this way. There's an evolution to how you do it, because I feel like Laura needs to hear this, and I feel like y'all need to hear this as well. There's an evolution to how you do this, okay? When you first start in spirituality, I had someone a long time ago, say something to me, and it just pissed me straight the fuck off. And I don't know why it pissed me off, but I think about that comment a lot. I don't even remember the lady that said it to me. It was some older lady in a shop somewhere when I was probably in my late 20s. And it just straight pissed me off, right? I was in there and I was looking for, I don't even remember what kind of bracelet I was looking for. but I was looking for what specific stone for protection for something I don't even know, right? And so I'm looking at all the protection bracelets, and I have some stuff on, I've always loved jewelry and rings and shit like that. So, I had stuff on. And she I don't know if she worked there or what, but I had asked somebody like, "Hey, do you have this stone?" And they were like, "We don't have that one, but, you know, here's all of our bracelets, here's all our things," right? So I'm looking through them and so on. She walked by and she kind of looked and she said, "You'll get to the point where you don't need those things." And I at the time felt like I at the time was like, "Fuck your whole face." I was offended by her comment because I was like, "Motherfucker, are you serious?" I felt like she was telling me like because she had no jewelry on. That is a low ass helicopter. She had no jewelry on. And so I felt like she was looking down on me or something, like, like telling me she was better than me because she didn't have to have jewelry on or whatever. And I think about that a lot because there are times that I will go through phases where I don't wear hardly anything. Like right now, I have not been wearing my rings hardly at all. I wear certain things when I go out. Earrings are kind of a must. Like I always got to have earrings on, right? I got to have something to play with, to fidget with. But I've been going through a phase for a few months now where I just don't want to wear anything. I always wear this. And right now, like, this is it. Aside from this is it. This is the only jewelry I'm wearing. And it's not because I feel like I don't need those things. It's not because I don't like them. It's not because I'm too good for them or whatever. But you'll get to the point that yourself, your evolution will take a huge turn. So you'll go through um, a phase of loading yourself down with crystals. They'll be in your bra, they'll be in your shorts, they'll be in your shoes, they'll be in your hair, they'll be on jewelry, like they'll be everywhere, right? And then you'll go through a phase of, okay, I'm going to drink tea. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to drink tea and I'm going to have all this protection inside of my body. Like you'll go through a phase of that. You'll go through a phase of um clothing, different clothing. You'll go through a phase of shoes. You'll go through all these crazy physical things. And you'll go through a phase of my inner power is in here and I don't need anything else for it. And then you'll start all over again. Like I'm just saying, and then you'll start all over again. So, and I will tell you too, like that after you go through one cycle of that, when you move on to the next cycle and you move up a little bit and you're like, all right, usually you'll start back with crystals and you'll be like, okay, it'll be where some weird ass crystal that either you've never heard of or you only thought was like 900 bajillion dollars, and you didn't think you could afford it or whatever. You come across it in a shop or somewhere and it's like super cheap and it's like, what's up, bitch? I've been waiting for you, and you're like, you should go home with me. It's just, it is a cycle. It's a loop. It's a cycle. But every time you go up, right? So it's like a spiral. So every time you're going up, 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 up. For example, how many of you guys know what apophyllite is? If you don't know what apophyllite is, welcome. Welcome. Apophyllite's fucking phenomenal, by the way. How many of you guys know what iolite is? I mean, those are iolite's a little bit here and apophyllite's a little bit here, but those are two really, really powerful ass stones. So you will go through phases where you feel like you don't need your jewelry. You don't need for everybody to see that you've got jewelry on. And it doesn't mean you're exposed, and it doesn't mean that you're spiritually naked or anything like that. It doesn't mean anything like that. Sometimes you're not wearing any jewelry and you're like, come out, a motherfucker. Like, come on. You'll go through all these different phases of doing all these different things. So as I'm saying, that working on not giving your power away and not letting people siphon it, you will find all of these different ways of building yourself up stronger in here. This is why I always tell people, because I can't tell you guys how many times I've been asked about working with deities, and do you need to work with a deity? Do you have to work with a deity? And the answer is no. The answer is no. There are people, so druids don't really, for the most part, work with a deity. They might help work with, talk to Cernunnos, but they don't have a massive altar in their house to Cernunnos, right? I mean, some do, don't get me wrong, but you don't have to, period. There are a lot of people that I know, witchy people, spiritual people, etc., that they themselves are their own deity. I am the deity of my world. Does that make sense? And you will become that as well as you start moving forward. Doesn't mean that there won't be deities that come in and out. Doesn't mean that there won't be, some of y'all will have one deity been around you since you were this big, and will be there until you croak, right? It doesn't mean that those deities aren't important, and it doesn't mean that deity work and ancestor work and spirit work like aren't important, because they are super mega important. But you don't always have to have a deity. But for some reason, Lauren, I feel like I needed to be mentioning those particular deities to you, because I don't know why. Trust in my gut. So this is actually the Hades. This is Hades. And I don't know why Luna has changed it again. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. But this right here is kind of it's how you look at a lot of different things. It's how you look at shadow magic, the shadow side of you, the dark empathic aspects. The fact that yours is also in Pisces along with your power source, and it is tied into your sun sign there, is pretty powerful. It's a pretty intensive placement. Pisces placements are already naturally in tune with emotions and empathic aspects and feels and things like that. So I would be willing to bet that you have one of the strongest gut feelings, and you should be trusting that always, all the time. I wanted to look one more time, not one more time, but I wanted to look at, let me move my cursor out of the way. I wanted to look at your Neptune placement. That's in Capricorn, just barely. Well, actually not barely. It is pretty firm in the 5th house. While this is kind of your mystic self, this is also kind of where your psychic gifts lie. And again, we talked a little bit about this being in the 5th house, in the 5th house, with the culture and the inner child and so on. It's literally tied into your Hecate up there and your moon, and that Pluto placement. The Pluto placement is important because that one right there is family, home, all the things that Cancer aspect up there loves. So my advice with this, and what I'm going to say, is you are somebody that you are highly in tune with manifestation. You are highly in tune with anything that requires a lot of steps or work. So ritual magic is a big one. But any kind of intense workings, big things like that, are going to really jive with you, with the magic types that you carry within you, and so on, because that Capricorn aspect, the Jupiter and the Neptune being in Capricorn, those are all like, I need lists. Like, I need lists, and I need lots of steps, and I need lots of things, and it has to be over the top, and it has to be big, and it has to be bougie, But having all of those intense placements up there in the 8th house, you also need plenty of room to do a lot of like festival magic, party magic, etc. Working with wines, with liquors, using those as offerings are always going to help you out, even if you don't partake in any of it, because you're working with this intense. I keep calling it party magic, and that's not the right term for it, but it is at the same time, right? Because every deity out there loves to relax and chill and have a good time, like they all do. Think about it. Um, your personal magic, your soul, you're gonna always give away your magic, your manifestations, your things to the people you care about. You just are. You just are. The problem is that it's kind of been allowed to run rampant for so long that you just naturally give it away to everybody. So I'm proud of you for starting to kind of rein that back in a little bit. And I know that as you continue to pull that in, spool it back, it's going to it's going to help tremendously. The other thing that I'm going to say too, there's a reason that you're really good at working with kids and elderly people. There is. You have a lot of placements in that fifth house. Um, that's a lot of child magic. That's a lot of skipping at the edge of the veil, if that makes sense. So when I say child magic, I mean, when you were a kid and you could chant and make the wind blow. You know what I mean? When you were a kid, you could make mud pie potions. When you were a kid, you guys all know what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. That really easy, just flows right from you type of magic, that innocent type of magic. And older people have that as well. They do. They have that as well because they kind of start to revert back to that innocent mindset of things. So you're always going to be more in tune with those people. And when you do things that allow you to spend time with younger children, or elderly people, then it's always going to make you feel recharged. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Also, with that Pegasus placement, wait, where'd it go? Right here. Yeah, with this Pegasus placement, you probably have one of the funniest ways of traveling to the astral that you may not even realize, like a big flying purple pig or some shit like that. Like, you probably have one of the most interesting ways of traveling to the astral. And I'm just saying, I'm just saying. It's why whenever you travel and whenever you do any type of like dream work or whatever, it is either like super crazy, such vivid, bright colors that you're like, what the hell was that? That was insane, like Candyland on crack. Or it's super mega dark, scary. What the hell? How did I get here? Um, but yeah, there's a lot of creativity in your magic. And when you allow yourself to be super creative with it, it'd be on like Donkey Kong. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Does that make sense, Lauren? All right, let's hide that. Let me find all my stuff. Abrasive. Abrasive. All right, Miss Maggie. I feel like I've pulled your I feel like I've pulled your chart before. You have a really interesting aspect of personal magic. How have I not pulled your chart for? Okay. Lauren, you have a very interesting aspect of your personal magic. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. It's why you have a problem trying to fit yourself into anything. It's why you have a problem relating to a lot of things. It's why when you try to figure out, oh, okay, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I whatever? It's why you have a problem doing that. So, I don't know. I can't find you. Miss Maggie. Man. Man. Okay. Wait till you get a load of this shit. Wait till you get a load of this shit. That's a lot of fucking Scorpio. Like, that's 4 solid Scorpio placements, even before the node and that asteroid. Now, I haven't even looked at what asteroid that is. The vast majority of your stuff is in the first, second, and third house. Okay. Sun in Scorpio, Libra rising, Moon in Capricorn. Okay. North node up here in Taurus. Okay. And it is tied into a couple. Okay, it's tied into that. Okay. Okay. Hecate in the 9th house. I'm looking at that red right there. That legit looks like if you're looking at the side of a pyramid. Hecate is your magical calling. Girl, yours is straight, cut and dried, old occult practices. Ritual magic, old ritual magic. Before we go any further with yours, I am going to say this. You need to be getting some books on, the older occult, like Agrippa, Hermes God damn it, I never can say his last name right. Words. Just look up Hermes magical occult practices, okay? It starts with a T. My brain is like, then that is not correct. So look up Agrippa, look up Hermes. Those are a couple of those books are free on Audible or super cheap. They're like free or super cheap on Kindle. Just because they're really old. Like, they're really old. They read weird. I'm just letting you know. They read weird. But I would also, the Golden Dawn is a little more modern, but they do take a lot of the more ancient practices and move it forward. And to be honest, a lot of these books I'm going to recommend, like, dude, they suck to read. I'm just going to say they fucking suck to read. For any of y'all that are like, oh, I'm going to grab that book and blah, blah, blah. I recommend it. I absolutely do. I love these books. Okay. They suck to read. They do. They do. You're going to fall asleep. Okay. I'm just letting you know. So don't feel bad to be like, oh my God, I tried to read 2 pages and I fucking passed out. Yeah, we all do. Okay. The Emerald Tablets is another one that's more Crowley, but he did take he studied a lot of the older magicians and occultists and so on. But if you just start looking at Agrippa and Hermes, you're gonna find a whole ton of really, really good older magical books. I do recommend listening to them on audiobook. Absolutely. I've had like an Audible account for fucking ever, and I had tons of credits built up that I legit forgot they were there. And so when I realized, I went to sign up for an Audible account like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And I was like, oh shit, I already got one. I've been paying for it. Man, when I tell y'all that I have all of those books on there, I do. And there are times when I'm like, I need some noise, but I don't want to listen to music. I turn those bitches on. I do, and just soak it in while I'm working. But this Hecate being in the ninth house, dude, that's a lot of intense, old school philosophical magic. Um, Philosophies of magic, philosophies of the occult, those are also going to be things that just automatically jive with you. Okay. Then you have, there's your Pegasus. We already talked a little bit about this. Pegasus, your Pegasus placement is in the second house. You probably ride some fucking golden dragon to the astral, or you drive a fucking Rolls to the astral. You something like that. Like your astral vehicle, your astral self. I would bet that it 100% has to do with a lot of gold. I would bet the story of King Midas fascinates you, like all of that stuff. Um, Psyche. Okay. Psyche is a lot of your essence of who you are, your essence of your soul. This is home. This is roots. This is tradition. And then you also have your Kali there, and that's where your personal power comes from. So be really, really careful with who's allowed in your space, whether it is your house, whether it's your car, whether it's your office, whatever. Be really careful. Um, Cleanse the shit out of those things. And you do need definitely a golden dragon. You do need a place that is just yours in your space. Nobody else needs to be in there. Period. You need a space that is just yours. Whether it's your closet, whether it is your bedroom, whether it's your bathroom, I don't care. You need a space that is just your space that no one else is allowed into, and you need to stand on that like die on that hill, okay? Because that fourth house right there is tradition and roots. It is family and home as well, but that is roots. So you having that space is a vital part of you being able to replenish yourself. Lauren's was a little interesting because Lauren's is very, with her personal power comes from other people, but her gifts are meant for this, right? For her, if that makes sense. Not in a selfish way and not in a, energy vampire way, but her gifts come from that emotion, all of those things. Yours come from a very old school vein that runs really deep in your soul. I would be willing to bet that any of the really old um, stories like King Arthur and Merlin, the stories of the pyramids, and the magic and stuff like that. I bet all of those absolutely jive with you. And then you have your Hades here, which is in Pisces, but it's in retrograde. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of an issue for you because this means that you have a problem seeing the shadows in other people. That's exactly what that means. You have a problem seeing the shadows in other people. And being that it's tied in with your moon, and it's also tied in with your sun, which is in your first house. This is, in my opinion, something that was hidden from you and is being hidden from you on purpose, whether it is a karmic lesson, or whether it is so you can move forward, or whether it's just, some stupid ass karmic justice that was put on a long time ago. I don't know. But you've had other people's shadows hidden from you. Just saying. And I would bet that it pisses you off all the time, that you're like, how did I not see that? How did I not see those red flags? Like, I bet it pisses you off all the fucking time. Yeah, I would highly advise looking at a lot of those older magics. Those older magics are really going to be where you find Maggie. Okay. Um, and the other thing I want to remind you guys of, I want to say this to Maggie, and I want all of y'all to listen. You need to have a magical name that no one knows, right? Period. No one knows it. I always love it when some people think that Bodhi is my magical name that I use. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. I mean, if you want to think it is, that's groovy. But y'all need to have a magical name that you do not tell a single fucking soul. I don't care how long you've been friends. I don't care how long you've been married. I don't give a shit. That is one of the first rules in ritual magic, is that you have to have a magical name. And it's not just Wind Rider, Raven, Pegasus, Head. That's not no. It will come to you, I promise. Okay? Don't force it. Just let it come. It will come to you. Um it's never ever going to be, what's really funny? It's never going to be something that has any words in it that you know. It's going to be some crazy ass weird random name that comes to you. Monica that comes to you. But that is one of the first rules of old ritual magic, occult magic, etc. So just saying. Just saying. Did that help, Miss Maggie? Did it help give you a little bit of direction on where you're going? I just already know it's going to be abrasive. Golly. I don't know why the back end of my site is like in your face. In your whole face, right? Like, shit. All right. Pauline. I know it feels really, really quiet in here, but I'm afraid to jinx it and have too many things going at the same time. The land of the vampires. Okay. That has to go away. Good Lord. Why is that so bright? All right. Here we go. Pauline. All right. That's a lot of Libra. That's a lot of Libra, even without those two asteroid placements. That is your sun, your Pluto, your Mercury, and your descendant. Okay. So Libra, Taurus moon, Aries rising. Damn. Okay. Damn. Damn. Okay. It's a lot of trines in there. A lot of opposition. That's a lot of opposition. Okay. So let's see here. North Node. North Node in Scorpio in the 8th house in retrograde. Tied in with your Jupiter, which is also in retrograde, okay? Pegasus in the 7th house in Libra, tied in with your Neptune. Okay. Right off the bat, seeing this Pegasus placement right here tied in with this. Is that in the 8th house? That is in the 8th house, yeah. Seeing that Pegasus placement tied in with that. I'm going to tell you right now that you are kind of a little bit of a ferryman. You take people back and forth in the astral. Hecate placement, 7th house, yep. Personal power, okay, and Virgo in the 6th house. Pauline, your personal power is actually going to come from quiet, from meditation, from chilling out, from disconnecting. That's exactly where your personal power is going to come from. I gotta snarf some bites of food because my alarm fixing to go off. Girl, you are a dark empath if I ever saw one. Aw, thank you, John. I love you right back. You are a dark empath if I ever saw one. That is that deep, dark, shadowy placement, Hades. In Cancer in the 4th house. Square with your ascendant, square with your descendant. Square with your Hecate. Okay. Psyche. So, Pauline, I mentioned that you are kind of a ferryman, and I'm going to stand by that. You are almost like a guidepost. Now, a lot of times you don't even realize that you are doing it. You have no idea that you are that guidepost. It just happens. It just literally happens. Um, and I would be willing to bet that if you thought back throughout your life, especially the last few years, how many people have been like, oh my God, I'm so glad I ran into you again, or I found you on social media, or I this or that, or whatever. You said something to me a long time ago, or you told me about this, and I fell down the rabbit hole, and now I do this for a living, and now I'm super happy, or whatever. You are that person that's like, your soul is a beacon. Your soul is also a guidepost. So you bring all these people to you. The fact that you are a natural dark empath, it's almost like you bring shadow, like a lot of shadow people to you. And I don't mean like the spirity shadow people. I mean like people that walk deep in their own shadow, broken people. You bring broken people in. You are that person that you can be the beacon that puts them on the path they need to be on. But a lot of times they take advantage of that because they don't understand that your kindness is just kindness. They think that it's more. And being a Libra, I would bet that you let a lot of them stick around and you just hope that they'll kind of fall off on their own because you don't want to be mean and tell them no. Babe, you're a guide. Whether you like it or not, you're a guide. You're a different type of guide. You're like a tour guide, okay? I don't think that your role is to teach. I don't think that your role is to be out there and put on the good face and perform. Your role is to be like, and over here we have the fires of hell. And over here we have the higher realms and the reflection pools. And over here we have, the pond of whatever. And over here, if you look this way, we have the bazaar. And over here, like, this is your role. Like, you are literally like a tour guide. I'd also be willing to bet that you show up, and I don't think it's dream walking. I think that you show up in people's dreams as a construct of their own. They need help. They need a guide. They need to figure out where they're going. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's right over there. I think that you have a very interesting spiritual role. And I think it's why broken people flock to you. I think it's why you kind of always have the right advice to give. And I think it's why you value your quiet time and no one speaking to you. And you defend that with everything you have. And you should, because that's where your personal power comes from. Kirsten and I ordered lunch from a place in Tulsa called Lambrusco's, and they have dill pickle potato salad, and it's one of the most delicious things on the whole fucking planet. On the whole fucking planet. Amy. I know I have pulled Amy Sharp before. I always love it when I pull one of y'all's charts up and I'm like, you're in there 3 times. All right. That is abrasive. Go easy on you. Maybe. Yeah, those of y'all that live around Tulsa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lambrusco's is fucking phenomenal. I was telling Kirsten that we're also going to have to order from Luger's, Lugers. I might not be saying that right. Lugers. But they have some of the most magical cupcakes I've ever had in my fucking life. And their salads are phenomenal. And they have like house made pickles. Okay. All right. Okay. Everything is fine. That is some craziness in the middle. I can't get over that. That's what I had to stop and look at it for a minute. North Node in the 10th house in retrograde. Okay. You are being blocked from money magic. That's some bullshit. You are naturally attuned to money magic. You're being blocked from money magic. See how this is what I clicked on right here, okay? Psyche. So that and your personal power, your Jupiter, sit in the 2nd house. That's the money house. See how this is in trine right here with this, and in trine with your Neptune, your North Node, and your Neptune. I think Neptune is actually in the 11th house. Yeah, but see how it's trine with those two, and both of those two are in retrograde. To me, this signifies that there is some bullshit that has blocked you from your natural talent. This is a natural talent. And then see how it's square with your Saturn? That's a karmic issue. That 100% is a karmic issue. I would highly recommend like having someone read your Akashic records and finding out like what the fuck is blocking that. Why is that being blocked? Because you're good at it. You're good at manifesting it. You're good at quick money magic. You're good at all those things, right? And then something blocks it, like just scissors, just chop it. And that's kind of some bullshit. Hades, there's your shadow self. Personal power, creativity. So both your Hecate and your Pegasus are both in retrograde in the 7th house. That is a karmic placement. Your Hecate that's a karmic placement. Okay. So I know you said go easy on you. So I'm going to tell you what's up with this, and then I'm going to tell you that I feel like it's an easy fix. Okay? I can tell my allergy medicine is wearing off because my eye's itching. Y'all have no idea. After this live stream, I'm getting all ugly, and I'm just gonna like just rub the fuck out of my eyes. I can't wait. So you are naturally attuned with money magic and with like relationship stuff, like relationship magic, love magic, like fertility magic, all of those things. But those are in retrograde. The only one that's not in retrograde in your chart is literally down there in that second house that we talked about, your psyche. The thing is that your main talent really lies in money magic, and you're being blocked from it. You're being blocked from all of this. That would alleviate a fuck ton amount of problems that you've had your entire life. It is a karmic thing. So here's how you fix it. Here's how you fix it. Have somebody take a look at your Akashic records, like somebody that you actually trust, okay? To look at your Akashic records, do an Akashic record reading with them. Have them go in, and one of your questions needs to be, what karmic block is in place keeping me from my natural magic? Don't tell them what it is, right? Don't say from money magic or whatever. Say from my natural magic. Um I really don't think it's a hard fix, to be honest. My gut tells me it's not a hard fix. Just saying. My gut tells me it's not a hard fix. So yeah. So yeah. I do Akashic record readings. They drain the shit out of me. So I really only try to do, I don't like doing a ton back to back. Just one of them drains the fuck out of me. It is somebody that actually does them. So here, let me tell you what the Akashic records are. The Akasha, what they are. This is a library of every soul that ever existed, and every soul that ever existed has a book or a file, or it kind of appears differently to everybody, but it's the record of every soul that ever existed, every life they ever lived. Okay. um for me personally, it looks like, and I've described it to you guys before, you kind of have to be attuned to go in there. And I used to teach Akashic Records classes, but the problem is not everybody is allowed in. And there's no way to know who's going to be allowed in. You can go and you can meditate and you can sit there at, in the little waiting room every single fucking time and watch the librarians walk past you and never fucking give you the time of day. You can go in, barely have your ass touch a seat, and they're like, and there's no way to know. Like, I have yet to figure out a way to, I can't look at someone's astrology, and there's no way to know if you're going to be attuned to look at the Akashic records. Like, there's just no fucking way to know. My advice is, if you want to try for free first, okay, go on YouTube, find a guided meditation that will walk you into your Akashic records. Some of y'all will be able to get in. Okay. The Magicians is highly based on the Akashic records. Highly based on the Akashic records. If y'all study the Akashic records, you look at all the things that are out there from all the different spiritualists over the centuries and so on. Decades, centuries, whatever. You're going to see where a lot of the librarians and the library itself in the Magicians are based off of the Akashic records. Like, when I started watching the show, I was like, I did that. I was like, oh my God. But go and see first, do one of the guided meditations. See if you can get into your own. Okay. Try that first. You may not be able to. It everybody I ever heard teach about it says, oh, you can get into your own. I can't get into my own. I can read y'all's. I was one of those. I went in, I had to go 3 different times. Sat there, watched them walk by me, not even giving me the time of day. I go in the 4th time, and I didn't even have my ass touch the seat, and they were like, they don't talk though. But for me, it appears like a huge warehouse. The floor looks like space, right? It's black, the stars everywhere, it's even swirling underneath you, and there are these crazy big pearl white filing cabinets. And whenever I get to the one I need, all I have to do is put my hand on it and it opens, and the thing sometimes goes all the way out to infinity and beyond. I pull the file I need and open it, right? There's an older part for me that does look like a library. It's old leather bound books and so on. I've only gone in there a couple of times. Some people's Akashic records are in there. Their soul is fucking ancient as shit. But that's a little bit more rare. But I can't get into mine, but everybody's supposed to be able to get into their own. Well, then what the fuck? Why can't I get into my own? Like, I feel a little left out. But that's what I would try first before you book a reading. I mean, not that I don't want you to book a reading with me, but literally try that first. Try for free first, okay? You do need to have time where you are you have quiet, you have nobody bothering you, and you can sit. And my advice is this: have a way to record yourself, okay? Because if you get into this, if you get into your own Akashic records, or you get into the Akasha halls, you need to be voicing what you're seeing, right? And recording it on a voice recorder or whatever, because I can guarantee you, you're not going to remember it afterwards. Just saying. I do not charge $450. Let me say that. I do not charge $450. That is fucking ridiculous. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous. That actually makes me a little angry. Even Sass said yikes. Yeah, like, you know what? I can tell you how much I charge. Hold on. Yeah, I don't charge anywhere near that much. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, that actually makes me mad. That makes me mad. There's a lot of things that were removed off my website on the back end, and that was one of them. So, I can tell you that usually I charge like $130. I don't know why that just pissed me off so bad to see that that was gone off of there. It's fine. It's fine. $450 is ridiculous. It really is. I mean, I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it a long time. Man, that makes me mad. I don't know why that's got me like just angry in my soul, but it does. Rarf. Rarf. That has me angry in my whole face right now. And the fact that it's gone off my website, I'm putting it back on my website real quick. That's what's taking me just a second. And it'll be up in just a minute. And there's a coupon for you to even book it a little bit cheaper this week. Like, not this week, but to get it booked this week. There we go. We'll say it that way. It's fucking bullshit. Every day, it's a getting faster. Sorry. All right. I put the Akashic record reading back up on there. Yeah, I actually lowered the price a little bit. I saw where it was in there for 135. I lowered the price a little bit. It's a 45-minute appointment. Um, I will get all the things up here in a little bit. That I'm mad. I'm angry mad. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. Like that is fucking ridiculous. Here's the thing. I understand, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Um, Akashic record. Now, I do not agree with that price. I do not agree with that price. Akashic records are a really intensive read on the reader. They really are. You're not only traveling to the astral, but you're traveling sideways in the astral. I don't know how else to explain it. You're traveling sideways in the astral. So you also have to be attuned to get in there. Um, I'll answer that question in just a minute about it being for your growth. For me, when I go in and read yours, I always record it. Always record it. Even when I used to do them in person before I did them on Zoom and stuff like that, I always record them or have the person record them because I never remember what I just said to you. Like once that file is closed, it's gone. Like it's not there. And it's the weirdest fucking feeling, right? It's like being blackout drunk, knowing you did something fucking amazing and you can't remember. Like it's bullshit. But it takes a lot to get there and get sideways in the astral. I allow people to ask 3 questions. 3. It is not, does Johnny still love me? That is not what an Akashic record is. An Akashic record is the record of your soul. All of the lives you've ever lived. This is things like, why the fuck, like Amy, why the fuck am I being blocked from my natural magic? What in the hell fuck is this shit? Maybe don't ask it like that, but you know what I'm saying, Amy, right? It is a question like, what types of generational karmic bonds or generational curses are still in play, and how do I remove them? Things like that. Deep, intense questions you need to know. Now, somebody asked, do you think Akashic record readings are necessary for spiritual growth and purpose? No, I actually don't. No. Only if. I think that they are only important for your spiritual growth if. For Amy, I do think that it's important. Like, there is obviously something that has blocked her from the time she was born from tapping into her personal magic. And those are some intensive personal magics, right? Money magic is a humongous thing. Love, fertility, family magic is a humongous thing. The fact that there's so many retrogrades right there, and it's like, nope. See in the middle, y'all looking at her astrology right there, or looking at her chart, see all the squares, see all the red lines, see all the things in the middle right here, all those oppositions. That's what tells me, look, this is just fine here, right? So why that? Why that? Why that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why are these the way they are? That needs an Akashic record reading. That right there needs an Akashic record. You know what I mean? It says, oh, a personalized PDF by email. No. No. I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. That is somebody using fucking Chat GPT. Maybe I'm wrong. I said what I said. Maybe I'm wrong. I said what I said. Just saying. Just saying. Absolutely not. If you don't get to meet with her, if you don't get to ask those questions in person, absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. I will get the description back up, okay? I will get the description back up on my website, but the Akashic record readings are up there. And they're 122. The mods have a coupon for you guys that will knock, I think, like 33% off of that right now. So like now's the time to book that. It might be a couple weeks out. I know that my schedule is booked for a couple weeks, but I'm just saying. But seriously, yes, try it on your own first. Absolutely. Try it on your own first. Just saying. Try it on your own first. And if you can't, I mean, you'll know pretty quickly. Like you won't even get in there or you'll be kicked out. Like you'll know pretty quickly if you're going to get into your own Akashic records. Do that before you pay anybody, y'all. Do that before you pay anybody. But have your questions in mind first. And a lot of times you only get just a certain amount of time in there. So just have 3 questions. Have one main question. This is the one I have to have an answer to. Okay? This is the main question. And then the other one is like, this is the next one that I really kind of have to have an answer to. But if I don't get it, I can come back later. The third one is a bonus question, basically. Okay? Record it. Record it. Try that first. Always seriously try that first. Okay. I'm not saying I don't want you to book an appointment with me, but man, try that first. Some of y'all may get in, you may see your shit, you may open up your book or your file or whatever, and it'd be like blah 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 blah. Stand on one foot and hop 72 times in a row. I don't know. That's not a thing, but still, I'm try that first. Try that first. And if that doesn't work, if you can't get in, if you can't get an answer, or if you get booted out or whatever, I am happy to help you. I am happy to help you. So just saying, I'm happy to help you. But Amy, that's what I'd recommend. Start there first. Okay? Because something has blocked you from that. That's bullshit. Completely 900 shades of bullshit. You should be able to crank out some fucking money magic. You should be able to crank out some a fertility magic, love magic, all those things. But for some reason, no. I bet you also have a serious problem traveling to the astral, even though your Pegasus isn't technically blocked because your Hecate is blocked. Yeah. If you do get in, how will you find what you're looking for? If you get in, the guided meditations that are out there to get you into your own Akashic records, if you get in, then you will be taken immediately to yours. So that's how you know. And the only way that I can describe it, like I personally can go in, I can see mine. I know exactly where it is. I can go right to it, but I can't fucking open it. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Right? I actually haven't tried in a long time, but it's bullshit. So you'll know, and that might happen to you. You might get all the way in there. You might get, it might show up like a library to you. It might show up like a bunch of boxes to you. It shows up different to everybody for what your idea of something magical is, right? You might get in there and you might get to hold your box like an evidence box, but you can't open it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie. If that happens, it's going to piss you straight the fuck off. I'm just letting you know. Because it pisses me off every time. It pisses me off every time. I was allowed to look one time. And it was bullshit. It was bullshit. Bullshit. But yeah, try that first. Okay? Try that first. I did say I was going to do Reiki tonight and then absolutely forgot Emily. And I'm sorry. Y'all, let me say this. I haven't had anybody read for me. I haven't. The time that I did get in and the thing that I did learn was enough. Does that make sense? It was enough. It was enough. I was told what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear, but I was told what I got the answer I needed. If that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Some of y'all were on my live earlier. I was cranky this morning. I was spicy this morning. Um, I had some friends reach out to me about some stuff. Um, and it just, y'all are going to understand this. I'm going to put it this way and you're going to understand it. When you realize that someone has been using you, right? When you realize that someone has been using you, and then they reach out wanting you to do or say or be or whatever, when they want you to do something else and it's a bigger something else, it just goes straight through you, right? It goes straight through you, right? And so then I fell down the rabbit hole in my own brain of, you know what? Fuck this person and fuck this person and fuck this person and fuck this person. Like I just was on a tear this morning. I was just mad. And so after my live earlier, I sat in here and I was answering some messages and stuff like that. And this person kept texting me. And I turned my phone off. So I took my cranky ass in and sat in a hot bubble bath for a little bit and answered messages. And I just want to say this. Y'all are the best fucking fans and friends and clients and just the best people ever, because every single message that I answered, every single one, and I probably answered 50 or 60 messages. So I knocked down that 472 to about a little right around 400. Every single message was wonderful and sweet and uplifting and kind, and it just, I don't know how else to explain it, but it was like message after message after message. And I say this all the time, and whether you guys have heard it or not, let me just say thank you. Let me say thank you, because without you guys, I couldn't do what I do. Without you guys supporting me and being a part of this community, even if you've never ever purchased anything or done anything more than tap the screen, like that's enough, right? That follow, that, you know, you subscribing on YouTube, you being a part of my website, you tapping away, you liking a video, those things like that. You just doing that, people just sending a message like, hey, I just wanted to tell you, you said this in my, you know, the collective read and it was spot on, or hey, I had an appointment with you and you said this and this and this, and oh my god, it happened and I can't thank you enough, and blah 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 blah. But like those things like that, me getting those messages today, I needed them. I needed them, because I was not in a good, I don't want to say mental space, because that wasn't right. I was being a cunt. I was being a absolute fucking cunt. Like I was gonna say some shit to some people. Like I really was. And you guys have no idea how much those days or those messages mean. I finally feel like I'm getting my head above water with the fucking mess that was dumped on me. And when I realized, I had that realization today, and I was like, oh my God, I can breathe. Oh my God. And so thank you. So thank you. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm just saying. So yeah. So thank you. So I got out of the bathtub, and came and set this all up pretty for you guys to see. And here we are. I have my coffee and my back on my bullshit mug. I have some water. I think I drank all of my, no, I still have some Diet Dr. Pepper. It's only a 3-drink day. So I'm just saying. But yeah. But yeah. Like there are days, and really off the bat, whenever that whole situation was just dumped on me like that, and the damage done on the back end, like from March until now, like that's a long time to be dealing with it on a daily basis, you know. And some people don't understand. They didn't understand. They don't understand. And they were jerks about it. And that's their right to be jerks about it, right? Like I get it. I get it. If you've already been put off 900 times by people and then you finally get a message from me and I'm like, I have to figure out what's going on with this. Like, give me just a minute. You know, I'm drowning over here in messages. Give me just a minute. And it might be 2 or 3 weeks before I get back to somebody. I mean, I probably would be fucking pissed too, right? But at the same time, I get it. I do. I get it. Like, I get it. And so there were people that, you know, they got their stuff and they got their money back and they still filed complaints everywhere. And that, you know, that's their right to do that. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it where I'm going to understand why you felt the need to file complaints, but whatever. So I appreciate those of you guys that have shown the love and that have been here and that have been so fucking patient. I have so many orders in there. All I got to do is slap labels on them tomorrow and ship them, you know, get them shipped out. I'm so excited for that. Those of y'all that have been so fucking patient and kind and sweet, like, you have no idea. You have no idea. And those of you guys that I've had to reach out to, and I see where your messages have been ignored by other people for months, and I'm horrified, and I'm like, I can't apologize enough. You know, like, what can I do to make this right, and so on. I have offered so many year coupons for free classes or free Reiki symposiums, or like, I mean, I have given away so much stuff. I didn't know that I could reach the limit of gift cards that I can give out on my website a day. I didn't know that. I reached the daily limit, and then I also reached the weekly limit on just a Monday, just a single Monday one time. And I was like, oh, Jesus fucking shit, right? Um, and but so many of you guys have been like, I understand and I appreciate you offering me this, but I can't accept that. You know, like, if we can just get this done, I'm happy. And y'all have no idea how much that means to me, because there have been people that have 100% taken advantage of this mess. 100%. 100%. And so I appreciate y'all more than you will ever, 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 ever know. More than you will ever know. So I'm just saying. And there's no way I can ever repay you guys. It's part of why I also started teaching that beginner mentorship class for free. Because some of you guys just reached out and you're like, you know, I followed you for a long time and I love you and I just want you to know that I'm here. I'm a supporter. I'll always be here. You know, I might be broke as a fucking joke right now, but I will always be here. And like, things like that. That literally kept me from being like, you know what? Fuck this, and throwing in the towel. Like, that whole situation fucking broke me in ways that I like. That whole situation is why I probably will not be able to ever hire another personal assistant or have anybody help me on the back end of the website aside from SAS. Like, that is why. And that's why, like, I'm sorry that the messages take so long to get answered, but that is why. That is why. Like, that broke me. That broke me in a lot of ways. So those of you guys that just sent a nice message, those of you guys that have checked on me when I'm sick, those of you guys that have, you know, sent a card, or, you know, several people just sent cards, like, just thinking of you. I just want you to know I love you. You have no idea what that does, right? You have no idea what that does for somebody. So I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I will never be able to repay you guys for that. I will never be able to repay you guys for that. So yeah. So yeah. So I'm just saying, I love all of you more than you fucking know. Even those of you guys that never comment, you never really come into live streams. Like, I love you guys more than you know. I see you out there, lurkersons. I see you. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. All right. So let's get back to it. So try to look at your own Akashic records first. Okay? Try to look at your own Akashic records first. And if you can't, please feel free to reach out. Okay? Feel free to reach out. I'll help you. But yeah, don't pay $450 for a fucking report. Do not pay $450 for a fucking that brain, that hurts brain. Ow. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Some bitch. All right, now that we've gone off on a tangent, we're gonna get back to it. So, Amy, if you have problems or you can't get into yours, let me know. Okay? Let me know. Yeah, you got it. You got it, dude. Dude, I think I owe you an appointment anyway, yeah? $350 for a cleansing? The fuck is charging that? My neck is twitching. My neck is twitching. Oh, Sedona? Dude, Sass and I didn't even go into the shops in Sedona. Sass and I didn't even go into the shops in Sedona. Let that sink in. Not that I'm sure they're not beautiful. Not that I'm sure they don't have cool shit. Not that I'm sure those people there don't know their shit. But when I just spot checked the prices of houses there, fuck no. Fuck no. Dude, that's insane. You know what? Let's all woos off for a minute. Y'all gotta quit telling me prices of these bitches. Don't pay that. Don't fucking pay that. That hurt. That. Hey Kay. Hey Kay. She must. Hey. They just told me that there's some lady in Canada that will read your Akashic records, but send you a report, so you don't even get to see her doing it. She'll send you a report for $450.
It's me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, see? I paid $450 for a reading, binding energy, uncrossing, sweetening jar work, and cleansing. Yes. That sounds about right. That's a good deal right there. That's a good deal right there. I knew Kay was going to say something funny too. I knew Kay was going to say some stupid shit. That's why I was like, Kay. Because she knows what I charge for stuff, you know? Yeah. $450 sounds about right for all of that. And that's actually a good price. Just saying. All right. Kelly. I would do readings with Kay, but Kay says some shit that'll get me banned. Readings with Kay have to be YouTube only. I'm just saying. I've actually tried to get her to do some astrology reads. Like privately. Because that little shit, she's talented with that shit. All right. Kelly J is next. Yeah, I would get banned like... Yeah, and the thing is, like, I do a lot of that stuff, and it's easier just to wait until I'm doing it on a live stream because my schedule is crazy full most of the time. Now, there are some things that I will be like, you need to message me, you know, like, you need to message me. But, I don't even have anybody that I would recommend y'all to for anything. I just wouldn't.
For what?
Anything else. Anything
What
else.
about me?
Like, I told, they were saying Kay needs to do readings.
Give them my personal phone number.
Yeah, I am not going to do that. Absolutely not.
I'll give it right now.
Do not do that. You're going to have stalkers. Do not do that.
I'm bored.
God damn it. But like they were all like, Kay needs to do reads, and I was like, Kay, I would have to do them on YouTube only because Kay would get me banned so fucking fast from
I
TikTok.
do reads on my personal phone number.
Jesus Christ.
Let me read it out for you. Hang on.
Yes, Kelly Jacobson, yeah. I told them I've been trying to get you to do astrology and stuff like that because you're really fucking good at it.
Email me. Fax me.
I fucking can't with you. Fax me.
Fax me.
DOS Matrix printer that shit, bitch. Oh my god.
Fax my notary.
Your notary. Jesus Christ. Oh, pager beeper.
No, I don't do beepers. You gotta fax me. Or you can send an email to my email guy.
To your email guy?
Yeah.
Who's your email guy?
My notary.
Your notary? Who's your notary?
My fax guy.
Jesus Christ. I needed a giggle. That was funny. Yeah, I told him I've been trying to get you to do astrology and stuff for him. This kid, if she knows your stuff, she'll look at shit and be like, did you know blah 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 blah? Like, it's so fucking funny.
I know all my coworkers' charts. I don't even believe in it. I just like to judge.
The traveling notary.
Yeah, my traveling notary.
Send a telegram card.
He's in Africa right now. My notary can't answer your faxes for about 6 months. But he'll get to them.
Damn.
He'll get to them. He can only answer emails.
Brandon said the notary guy is the fax guy and also the internet guy and the sheriff.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
And the sheriff.
He's frozen until spring. Oh my god.
He's frozen until spring.
Dude, that's fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
He's in Australia hunkered down for the winter, so he'll email you in May.
I mean, there are some people that I'll call her and I'll be like, dude, look at this chart. Like, look at this chart.
And I'll be like, damn, that's fucked up. Person's fucked.
Shit. That's fucking funny, dude. That's funny. Oh shit.
I'm thawing my notary to get my
You're welcome, Sam. So if you guys want the coupons, like I do coupons every week and I usually have them out on Mondays, but this week I had
Did
them
they
out
say
on
you found
Tuesday.
someone more Leo than me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm mostly Scorpio anyway. Okay? My Jupiter is Scorpio, and that's the big one. Which means that the biggest part of me is Scorpio.
Okay then. Oh yeah, your chart ruler Scorpio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kind of reading. That's fucked up.
I have Jupiter in my first house. That's why I ball so hard. And everything always works out for me.
He's one of those hot bottles too with a 6-pack.
Big Mama Jupiter.
He is. I don't know. What does your notary guy look like? They want to know.
Oh, he's beautiful.
That's what they said. See, one of those hot models too with a 6-pack.
What? What do you mean one of them? What does that mean?
Oh no, they just said, is he one of those hot models with a 6-pack? Not saying you have multiple hot models, but you probably do have hot models with a 6-pack.
No, I only need one notary.
Because he's the everything.
Yeah, he's my model too. I don't need multiple models.
He's the everything.
He's my sheriff. He's my notary. He's my model.
Updated
He's
Fabio.
my email guy. He looks kind of like Fabio. Yeah. He's got bluish brownish eyes.
Sam, I will say, like, I try to do codes each week because I know some of you guys want to get reads or whatever, and on a limited income. Sass is always trying to get me to, like, I don't want to say up prices, but adjust things. Most of my prices have been the same for years. They have, and it's really hard for me to adjust them. I watch people online that I can tell within a couple minutes of listening to them read that they have no fucking idea what they're doing. That they're either reading off a script, that they're reading out of I'm watching them reading out of the fucking book, like things like that. And they're charging the same price as I do. And I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? This is why. But I know that I've been doing this a long time, and I know that I know my shit. You know what I mean? And if I don't know my shit, I'm going to tell you. There's a girl that charges $222 to check and see if you need a cleanse. Y'all can do that your own fucking selves.
Yeah.
Do not pay anybody.
Or I can do it for $200.
Do not pay anybody to check and see if you need a cleanse. You can do that yourself.
I'll do it for $190.
There's a video on my YouTube and on my TikTok of how to do the matchsticks or the bottoms of the incense, and you can do it yourself. Don't pay anybody. Don't pay anybody.
I can do it myself too.
You can do it yourself for them?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Brandon said $199.99 with a discount.
Yeah.
With a personal discount.
Yeah.
I fucking can't. I can't. You and Brandon can't hang out. I swear to fuck.
Email my guy.
I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all.
I wish I had a Fabio, like a beautiful Fabio notary to handle all my emails.
Me too.
If I had a genie, that's what I'd wish for.
A beautiful Fabio notary to handle your emails?
Yeah.
Me
Fabio, the notary
too.
that handles my emails.
Me too. Me too.
The sheriff notary.
The sheriff notary. The fax guy.
If I could have any pet, it'd be a Fabio notary. Like a magical, like, video game pet that follows you around, but it's Fabio and he's a notary.
I don't even know what to say that.
He takes notes like a court reporter. He always has a floating typewriter. I'm like, hey, write that down. And he's like...
Well, he is. He's always, like, shorthanding everything you say.
Yeah, he's shorthanding everything I say.
He's got a little ticker tape that goes out. So where does the ticker tape go when he follows you with the floating typewriter? Or is it magical ticker tape and it just...
There's no ticker tape.
Is recorded into the ether?
There's no ticker tape.
Okay.
It's just straight recorded.
Feeding you grapes at the same time.
Yeah, feeding me grapes. He can magically spawn grapes.
See? I'll take a troll to handle my emails. Dude, same.
Boo.
I want Bob from Beetlejuice. That's who I want.
I don't like trolls. They're ugly.
I want Bob from Beetlejuice.
If there's any trolls in the chat, get out. You're ugly.
Wow.
If there's any Fabios, email my Fabio. And we'll connect.
Don't tell a troll that they're ugly.
Ugly.
They guard under the bridges.
Ew, nasty troll. Get out.
You are never getting across any bridges, ever. Ever.
I'll make my own bridge.
Ever. You're never getting across any bridges.
I'll make my own bridge. I'll swim across.
Never getting across any bridges.
I don't need a bridge.
Oh, Lord.
I burn bridges.
Oh, Lord. Then you really need one, because then how are you going to get across? There's no bridge.
I swim.
Oh, Lord.
I'm young and strong. I don't need a bridge. I swim. Bridges are for old people.
God damn. Jesus.
Fabio will swim across with me on his back.
Probably because Fabio's nice to the troll.
Mm.
Don't encourage her. Y'all don't encourage her. Don't encourage her. Everybody's like, hell yeah, I need a reading from her.
Well, you know where to get to me.
I'm going to create an email on the website that's Kirsten's Fabio.
Mm.
And they can just email Kirsten's Fabio. K's Fabio. I think that'll work out. Oh, Lord. It is a spicy kind of day. It is.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
What'd that mean? For me?
Everybody's spicy.
Okay.
K's
good.
always this way,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, fax her notary.
This is a mild day.
Yeah.
Fax my guy. My fax guy.
Maybe I need to make an email that's the fax guy at thebluebodhi.com. That's funny.
Guys tap mean?
Oh, tapping the screen on yay old TikTok.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So yeah.
Tap her forehead.
I'm sure people do. Like.
Yeah.
What is that face? I'll page her fax to call the sheriff to attain the Fabio.
Yes. Obtain. Okay,
that's funny.
You cannot obtain my Fabio. You can obtain contact with my Fabio. He's spiritually tethered to me. You can't obtain him.
Damn. Spiritually tethered to you. Did you bind him?
No, I spawned him.
Oh, okay.
I sired him.
Oh, shit. Okay. You're his human sponsor for his spiritual self? Okay.
I made him out of a frog.
Oh, he's that kind of Fabio. All right.
He's that kind of pretty boy. He's made out of a frog.
So he's pretty but dumb.
No, he's a spellbound frog. It's made to look like Fabio and do my notary work.
So do you feed him bugs?
I don't know what he eats. I don't handle that. He's the sheriff, the notary, the email guy, the fax guy, and his own handler.
And his own handler.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Why am I yawning so much? Oh my god. Dude, that's funny.
I don't want to know what he eats.
I'm gonna eat wilted lettuce.
I don't want to know what my dark magic Fabio eats. Probably something pretty terrible that would ruin my fun with my notary work.
Yeah. I would imagine a dark spawn, frog, Fabio, sheriff, notary, fax guy is gonna eat some nasty shit.
Yeah, he'd probably. I mean, I don't even think what he eats is of this world. It's probably pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But as long as I don't know about it, it's not unethical. Right?
Oh my god. I mean, that's the excuse our politicians use.
It's not unethical if I don't educate myself and don't know the consequences. Duh.
Ouch, Vlad. Ow, what the hell?
Kick. Got him.
Oh. What, do you need holded?
Are you supposed to be doing a reading? Am I distracting you?
Mm-hmm. But it's fun.
Maybe you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Might be.
Mm-hmm. Now I got a mouthful.
Gross.
Kelly Jacobson. Ignorance is bliss. Mm-hmm. Damn, Gina, the whole middle of that chart.
Stay ignorant. Contact my Fabio. Good night.
Oh my god. All right. Joy, no, don't do that. Girl, let that motherfucker go. Let that motherfucker go. I'm just saying, don't do that. You're going to end up with a stalker and your noggin cut off. I'm just saying, don't do that. Oh, hearing myself echo in the other room is weird. All right, I'll be hungry. Hold on. Yeah, girl, don't do that. That's how you end up with a stalker and a restraining order. Like, don't do that. All right. What is going on? My phone is doing weird shit. All right, Kelly. So, these things in the middle right here are called aspects, okay? If I take the aspects off, okay, it's just like that. In astrology, we look at the aspects. And this is how you know what is getting along with what is arguing with what, etc. Ooh, my nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. So, see all those really pretty triangles? See all the little kind of turquoisey green triangles? That's called a trine. That's usually considered good in astrology. Not always good, but usually considered good. Squares are usually considered not good. The oppositions, these things here in the middle, are considered not good. All of these other things, the little stars, that looks like a computer monitor to me, like that kind of shit. Those are always different as well. just depending on what it is, like how those two, but it's how two things interact. So here, for example, the fact that that sun is square with your nodes, like, and your nodes are in retrograde, like that's not a great thing. Okay, let me look at, hang on, let me find a trine here. There we go. So this trine with that normally would be a great thing, but those two are in retrograde, so I picked a terrible example to show you. But this is how two different placements interact with each other. If I were to just, if astrologers are just looking at this, that's like skipping entire chapters of the book, right? That's like if you were to read the first chapter and then the last chapter. That is how that book is going to read. First chapter, last chapter. Can you get the gist of the story? Yes-ish. But you have no idea what the plot is, who else the characters are, what they did, where they, like, nothing. Does that make sense? This tells me how everything interacts. So when I see a ton of aspects like that, that's a lot. That is a lot. Okay. So Cancer, Sagittarius rising, Gemini moon. Okay. North node in retrograde in Libra in the 11th house. Tied in with your Pegasus in the 4th house in Aries. Okay. Okay. Hecate in the 3rd house in Pisces in retrograde. Square with your moon, square with your Venus, square with your descendant, square with your ascendant, square with your Neptune, which is in retrograde in your 1st house. Okay. So this is one of those times where I'm going to say that having something in retrograde and having it square with a lot of stuff is good. This right here tells me that you are phenomenal at protection magic. Or will be phenomenal at protection magic as soon as you start learning all the things. Okay? Because if that was not in retrograde, then that is blocking a whole bunch of shit, right? But it's in retrograde. So it's working right along with it, in my opinion. Okay? You have your personal power in the 4th house, which comes from your roots, your space, your happy place, your people. Okay? We already talked about your Pegasus a little bit. This is kind of how you travel to the astral. I would bet you have a chauffeur to the astral that is an ancestor. That's crazy. That looks like a power burst. Look at that shit. Okay. I did not click on that. Why are you doing that? That is not Neptune. That is not Neptune. I literally just clicked on moon. What are you... Why is it doing this? I'm waiting for it to catch up. Y'all watching it change right here? We about to fight. Jesus. That was weird. Okay, so this is your Hades placement, right? This is your shadow self. So being in the philosophy, the higher learning, etc., you 100% are a pessimist. And psyche, the essence of where your soul lies. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say, Kelly. And I had to make sure Zeus wasn't right there. Because it's time for the ADHD legs up under yourself. Sit. Actually, we can't sit like that. We're going to do this. Part of the reason that I fucked up all my other chairs, and part of the reason why I got a really wide chair, is because I sit like this and I push the arms out, and I don't want to do that this chair because I absolutely love this chair. All right. Here's what I'm going to say about your magic, about your soul's purpose, all of that stuff. You are phenomenal at protection magic. And I think that you just need to find either the right classes, the right person, the right books, whatever it is. Start delving down the rabbit hole of protection magic. You're also really phenomenal at shadow magic, at shadow work, shadow magic, etc. So start learning all about the shadow part of the self. Start learning about the darker parts of the astral, like the lower realms, etc. And y'all, the lower realms of the astral don't always mean bad, okay? They don't. I work a tremendous amount in the lower realms of the astral. It's my favorite part of the astral. I actually feel uncomfortable in the higher realms of the astral. I'm like, it's too clean. It's too clean here. And I don't trust any of y'all bitches, but also like things like that. So don't think that when I say, the shadow side, the lower realms, there are people that work in the dark, that walk in and out of the dark, just like there are people that work in the light. Okay. And working with the shadow, working in the dark does not mean black magic all the time. Okay. I mean, some people mean it that way. I don't. I used to when I was younger. I have learned that the shadow is not always just negative, crazy bullshit, right? A lot of people need help in this area. A lot of people need help, like protection wise. I would be willing to bet that you have been able to kind of speak protection into existence over people that you really care about. Somebody going on a trip or something is like, I have a really bad feeling about this car ride or this flight or whatever. And you're like, no, it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I'll check on you, and you're texting them throughout or whatever. Like, I got you, everything's fine. I'm right here if you need me, all that stuff. And on the back end, you're, whether it's prayers, whether it's just spoken word, whatever, you're able to say, you know, I I protect them basically. I'm sending out all the protection. And they get there and they're like, man, we had this crazy shit happen, but we made it here just fine, blah, blah, blah. So you are phenomenal at protection, especially for the people that you really care about and the places that you really care about, because that is where, like these two placements down here that we talked about, that is where your personal magic lies, your personal power lies. All of those things. This would be your no, where's your colleague then? Oh, right there. Duh. So your personal magic lies in being connected with your space and your people. So just like I said earlier, Kelly, you have to have a space in your house that is just yours, that no one else touches. Like I said, I mean, if you live by yourself, even better, your whole space is yours. But you still need a secretive space in your house, right? Whether it's an altar, whether it's a room, whether it's your bathroom, a closet, whatever it is, you still have to have this kind of secretive space for this, because you need a place that you can kind of block everything else out and jump in. This is what I need to do. This is where I'm at, etc. I would highly advise starting to look down, like I said, all of the different things about protections. I would look at all of the different things about the shadow, about working with the shadow. I would also look at all of the different things about the lower areas of the astral, the lower realms of the astral. I understand being a mom. I do. Maybe a spot in your closet, or, a shelf in your closet or something like that. But you just need a spot that's Kelly's. I do get it. I do get it. Being a mom, it's hard to find a place where, the kids don't get into everything, especially when they're younger. But even if it's just having a spot that you can go sit at, either as soon as they go to school or as soon as everybody goes to bed or whatever it is, or before they wake up, just having a moment to sit there and kind of center yourself, that right there is always, always, always going to revamp everything. So those days when you're overwhelmed and like every bit of you is drained before, noon, that's when you have to take a break and just sit and breathe for a minute. For you, it's going to be just a moment of quiet that helps you get back to everything. Think about, the sweet things your kids said before they went to bed last night. Things like that. Your roots, your traditions, your family, your home, all of those things, that is where your personal power comes from. And being a Cancer, that is going to hit you harder than anything. So that's where you need to really be bulking up your own personal power, if that makes sense. Um, you would really benefit from, I don't know how old your kids are, but you would really, really benefit from having a tattoo done of something they drew you, whether it is, for all the gifts, y'all. Whether it is their name, whether it's a flower, whether it's an arrow. My cousin Chris had his kids. He has 3 kids. He had all of them draw an arrow, and so he has 3 arrows right here on his arm, and each kid drew an arrow. So you would really, really benefit from that. Like that is something you would really benefit from. Your twins are 17, but you still have their artwork. If they're older like that, then have them draw you something now, or have them write "I love you, mom." You know what I mean? Like something like that. You would benefit from that because that's a piece of um that is a piece of your roots that you can carry with you all the time. So even like if you're at work or if you're out or something like that and you need to revamp that energy, like being able to hold that, that tattoo or touch it, that is going to be so powerful. That is going to be something that is so, so, so powerful. You've been trying to figure out what to get for your first tattoo. I felt the need to tell you that. Um, that's what I'd recommend, dude. That is what I'd recommend. Then you're carrying your personal power with you, or not your personal power. You're carrying like a generator with you at all times. Just saying. Just saying. So, does that make sense? Yours is pretty easy. Like yours is there out and about in the open, like and just research is what's going to bring all of that out, Kelly. So yeah. So I know you were like, "Oh, it looks bad." No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay, I promise. So yeah. So yeah. All right. Ashley is next. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Kelly. A lot of times we make this stuff harder than it really is. It doesn't help either, like when people try to tell you, oh, you got to do this and this and this. You don't. Like, I mean, you don't. You don't. It's a lot of the stuff that y'all want to do, um, or learn or whatever. Y'all realize that most of the witches that are out there that are really powerful are self-taught, are, they might have had a few teachers here and there. Like for the most part, a lot of my shit, I learned a lot of stuff from, my dad and things like that growing up. But I don't know, man. Most of my shit's self-taught. I read too much. I research too much. I also got lucky. I got lucky in that I had a job that forced me to research spiritual topics, like especially biblical topics. So, I mean, I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Damn, Ashley. Let me get that up there. And let me say it again. Damn, Ashley. Damn. All right. Leo, Virgo rising, Aquarius moon. Crazy amount of aspects. Okay. North node in Libra in your first house in retrograde. Okay. Pegasus in the 12th house in Virgo. Trine with, okay. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. You feel like you don't belong anywhere. This has nothing to do with your soul purpose, your magic. You always feel like you don't belong anywhere and you don't understand why, and you always give your personal power away. Girl. Okay. Hades in the 7th house of retrograde Pisces. You also see people exactly for who they are. Exactly for who they are right off the bat. Okay. Which tells me you also have trust issues like crazy. Personal power lies in movement, rebellion. Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. So, here's what I am gonna say. A, you, I don't know how else to say this other than this. You can kind of read through someone's soul, um, without trying. And I don't say read their soul, but read through their soul. You understand someone's intentions within just, I would say, the first minute of meeting them. Whether they're talking, whether they're quiet, whether they're across the street, whether they're right next to you, it doesn't matter. You can read through someone's everything within, I'm going to say, a minute or less. Some of it has been fine-tuned by trauma because that Jupiter placement tells me that you give away your personal power more than you mean to, more than you realize. But that Hades placement right there, that Hades placement in Pisces, that one is really interesting. You're also an agent of karma, okay? And I don't mean like you have a chopping block that is, you know, you get karma and you get karma. I don't mean it that way. I mean, people come into your life, and it's not everybody. And I've come across a lot of people that have this talent. Um and I wish that I could be like, this is what you do to hone it, this is how you control it, but I have yet to figure out a way to tell y'all how to handle that. You also are a natural mirror, okay? When you're an agent of karma, people that come into your life or your path or whatever you want to call it, they end up finding exactly what they're supposed to get. So if they are a good person, they come in, they're good to you, you know, their friend or whatever, like their life will get better very quickly. If they're already a shit person and they come in and they're kind of shit to you and then they leave and they do all this shit, you know, I guarantee you that there's been a lot of people that either um are no longer friends or no longer in a relationship with, wow, words got slurred, they're in a relationship with, that if you check in on them or if somebody comes and tells you something, then you're like, damn, they're doing bad, damn, they are doing bad. Like it's almost like you're a catalyst, like a springboard. And like I said, there's no way for you to, or no way that I can tell you that I have found to be able to hone that, to use that, you know, like a laser pointer or whatever. um I will say that it's why people kind of instantly dislike you sometimes. And it's why people they'll have a problem with you sometimes. That and the fact that you are a mirror. Those three placements up here in the 11th house? Babe, you're a mirror. Um you make a lot of people uncomfortable. So mirrors are someone that, it's not that you mirror themselves back to them, but they see their reflection in you. Okay. There's a huge difference. You're not taking them in and reflecting it back out. They just see their own reflection, right? So when they see you, they see the parts of themselves that are the biggest part out there. Okay. So if you have people that they're instantly like jealous, they're like, oh, you must be a jealous bitch or whatever. Oh, you're a bitch, or oh, you're um whatever. Insert whatever here. I just keep saying bitch, 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 because bitch, bitch, bitch. They're gonna see those things reflected back at them. Now, being a mirror, you can control. Being a mirror, you absolutely can control. Um, and knowing that you are a mirror is a very, very interesting thing. People, I always hate it when people are like, oh, being a mirror is such a bad thing and you start to take on other people's stuff. No, that is a siphon. So when you see people out there that are like, oh, you know, I'm a natural mirror and, you know, I mirror people's gifts and I can siphon, you know, their gifts or whatever. No, you're a siphon. Like, there are siphons out there that when they get around you, and y'all have all met these, if you've been in the spiritual community for any length of time, then you have met a siphon, because they are fucking everywhere. These are the people that they come in and they befriend somebody with a very intense gift, right? So let's say they befriend somebody who has a very intense mediumship gift. This person, say person A, and person B is the medium, right? The person A befriends person B. Person A never in their life has ever had any kind of mediumship abilities. Ever. Suddenly they have all these experiences. Suddenly they have all of these abilities that person B has. And person B, their gift starts to kind of like, it's almost like they can't connect a little bit. Some days they're really strong and they still got their gift and they you know, go at it and so on. And then some days they're knocked down a little bit. Does that make sense? Um they're a siphon, like they're siphoning that off. A mirror is not going to ever siphon off anybody's gift. But people say, I've heard too many people say that mirrors are a bad thing, and they are absolutely not. They're absolutely not. They play a very, very powerful part in humanity, period. They play a powerful part in spirituality. Period. That's why there are a lot of mirrors out there. A lot of mirrors out there. And I would fall down the rabbit hole and read about what it means to be a mirror. Um Take it with a grain of salt, because you're going to see so much shit that talks about it being such a bad thing. It's not. Everything that I have experienced in my life with people that are mirrors, coming across people that are mirrors, it is not a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. The people that take it as a bad thing, it's because they aren't, I'm just going to say it this way, they aren't the greatest person inside. If you have a mirror that's a shitty person inside, then they're going to reflect really shitty shit back to people. And I guarantee you've met someone like that. I guarantee you've met someone like that. But being a mirror is a very powerful thing. It really and truly is. It really, really and truly is. Being an agent of karma is also a very powerful thing. And your Pegasus sits in your 12th house. That's how you travel to the astral, dude. It's tied in with a couple of powerful placements and it's trine with them. I'm going to say this. I would say that you're also pretty in tune with the middle realm of the astral. Probably in tune with the lower realm of the astral as well. Be careful with how often you're in the middle realm, how often you're in the bazaar over there. The bazaar is getting weird lately, y'all. The bazaar is getting weird lately, y'all. I actually, this is off the subject, but also on the subject. For a while, like a couple of years, I've been putting together maps of the astral, the lower, the middle, and the upper realms. And I think I've got them pretty close to pretty close. So I'll probably start to release those here pretty soon. But be careful. Just be careful in the astral being a mirror. Okay, I'm just saying. You're very attuned to traveling to the astral, to astral travel, astral projection, lucid dreaming, dream walking, all of that stuff. You are a natural traveler, and being a mirror can afford you a certain level of anonymity and camouflage there. So I'm just saying, absolutely use that to your advantage. Oh, you were a veil birth. Okay. Bet. I see you over there. I see you over there. I see you over there. Don't look at me yawn. I see you over there. Does that help? Does it explain some things? Let me ask it that way. Does it explain some things? Just saying. Bethany, I know I did yours because I did you earlier today. I know that. Sometimes it's easier to be in the astral than girl. I feel that on a deep level. I feel that on a deep level. Wait till y'all see this shit. You ready? Wait till y'all see this shit. Are you ready? Pisces in the house here. Damn. Okay, that's funny. That right there, that right there is fucking hilarious, dude. Okay, 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 okay. South. We don't want south. North node, second house, retrograde Scorpio. Tied into all of those. this is gonna sound really, really funny. But like part of why I kind of giggled a little bit. I'm gonna say this next thing, and I want you to let me finish all of it before you go, oh my god, before you freak out, okay? Okay? Girl, you connect people that fuck you over with the siphon that is gonna siphon their money. See all of those turquoise lines right here with this. I haven't even looked at what asteroid this is. Let me see if it'll tell me. It won't. So that's your north node, and that's kind of your soul's purpose, right? It's in retrograde. It's in your money house. It's tied into 3 very important placements in your 4th house. As long as somebody does you right, then their money's good. Their money's fine. You know, they might still be squeaking along or whatever, but they don't have the major problems that other people do. If somebody fucks you over, however, it's like you ping pong them to the person that's going to absolutely just fuck their whole finances up. And that is fucking funny. Okay, that's your Hades. And your psyche. Okay, so your shadow self so where you're tuned to your shadow and your soul's essence are both in the 4th house, both in Capricorn, both with your Neptune, both trine and tied into a lot of shit. Okay. Girl, you be an amazing therapist. Okay. That is your Pegasus, meaning that you have an amazingly creative mode of travel. Hecate is in the 6th house with your moon and your sun. And it's tied in to your personal power, which is in retrograde in the 12th house in Virgo. That's tied into your Saturn, and it's in opposition with your Saturn. Okay. So Bethany, I don't know if you were here earlier when I talked about how there was something that was keeping somebody from getting getting to their gifts, and they needed to get into their Akashic records. I'm going to recommend the same for you. The fact that your Kali is in your 12th house in retrograde, that is not so much you being blocked from your gifts, but that is you cannot seem to tap into that personal power in there, that personal power source. When I say personal power, I mean like your power source, the power up, okay? So that is what I mean by that. I would highly recommend doing one of those guided meditation, Akasha record guided meditations out there, and seeing if you can get in, and then just asking like what is keeping me in this life from getting to that spiritual power source. And why am I being held from it, or whatever. Word that question where you can get the answer for both of those things at once. And because dude, something is keeping you from that, and that is what's keeping you from traveling to the astral. It's why you can't travel to the astral. The fact that it's tied in if I'm going to sit like this, let me fix that. There we go. The fact that it's tied into your Saturn in opposition, that's what got me. That's what got me. It's also tied in opposition to your Pegasus down there. So, or no, that's not your Pegasus. That's your Hades, isn't it? No, that's your Hecate. I was wrong. 9 shades of wrong. So this is also why, okay, so this is why you can't seem to tap into like your personal energy source, why you can't seem to tap into your gifts, even though you know they're there and even though they're strong as fuck. Like your Hecate in the 6th house being in Pisces with your moon and your sun right there, like, dude, that's a powerful placement. You should be able to be a like perpetual motion machine of your own gifts and abilities. You should be phenomenal at business magic. And I say should, okay? Because you're being kept from it for some reason. You are phenomenal at business magic. You are phenomenal at I don't want to say just manifestation, but you're also phenomenal at health workings, at doing health workings for people. And so I think that finding out what it is that's got you blocked from that is going to help tremendously. I think with yours, see how many Pisces placements there are, Capricorn placements there are, Scorpio placements there are. Like the fact that you have several retrogrades that are affecting things, that it's just an intense chart is what I'm saying. It's an intense chart. I will also say this, the fact that you have a natural talent for health magic, be careful in unlocking that. And I'm going to tell you why. Health magic is interesting. Everybody will call you to have you help with shit. Everybody. And I would be willing to bet that that you have already had times in your life where either you have lit a candle or said something or done something or put your hand on somebody or whatever, and they got better, right? When it's like, how what the fuck happened? How'd you do that? You know, I would be willing to bet that that's already happened. Learning Reiki, learning how to channel, that kind of stuff, Reiki will help you tremendously. Like you'll catch on like that. You'll be one of those people, your hands are on fire, like things like that. You are naturally attuned to that stuff. But being really, really good at health magic has a downside as well. If you're doing really serious stuff for people that are like super uber mega sick, you kind of have to give a little piece of yourself. You have to leave a piece of yourself over there to pull that piece of them back. Like nothing is for free, unfortunately. But interesting. Okay. But so be careful with unlocking that. Okay? Be careful with unlocking that. Trust me, I've learned the hard way about pulling people back from the brink. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. And you have to leave a piece of yourself over there. Now, the fun thing is you can go get that piece back. You can go get that piece back. But you get that piece back and the healing part that went to that other person snaps back. Not immediately, but it'll snap back. Because if you are like, all right, I traded this, they are not bringing up their part of the bargain, they're not holding up their part of the bargain. I mean, and sometimes the answer is no. The deal is done, that's it. But a lot of times the things in the astral that you're making that deal with, they are more happy to have the original thing than the other part. So, you know, I'm just saying, be careful unlocking that. But girl, you are phenomenal at business magic. You are phenomenal at health magic. And you also should be traveling to the astral like this in some of the most creative ways and being able to go wherever it is that you want to go. That's also a natural talent of yours. So something karmically is keeping you blocked from it. And I know somebody asked, like, how do you know? Because this placement right here, up here, is her personal power source. Okay, it's tied in with her Saturn, and then that's in opposition. So that right there is keeping you from fully tapping into all of these other things. And the fact that your Saturn is only in opposition with that. Do you see what I'm saying? So be really careful with that. But yeah, go ask what the fuck, dude. Go find out what the fuck. And I really think that yours is probably an easy fix as well. I really do. I really and truly do. Yeah, I really and truly do. A lot of times, when you go look at Akashic Records, look at your Akashic Records, or have somebody else look at your Akashic Records, I mean, they'll give you a blueprint of what it is that you need to do to fix it. Like, it's pretty damn easy. Now, it might be a lot of steps, right? It might be a lot of steps, or, whatever. But it's not ever going to be something that's going to take you your entire lifetime to figure out and all that shit. I mean, I have yet to have that happen, and I've been reading Akashic Records for a long time. So I have yet for it to be something that's like, damn, dude, I don't know if you're going to get that done in this lifetime. The fact that you're finding out, the fact that you're having, your Akashic Records read, or getting access to them, the fact that you're learning what it is. I'm just saying. So, does that make sense, Bethany? Yeah, if y'all didn't make the list tonight and you want to make sure you get on the list next time for different things, like I've got Starseed Astrology coming up this weekend, and so on and so forth. All you got to do is keep an eye. Well, join the mailing list. All you got to do is go to my website. On the bottom is a thing that says join our mailing list. It's just throwing your email in there. I send out emails every Monday, sometimes Tuesday if Monday is a Monday. And then Toysy is next, by the way. And anytime I do these particular reads right here, I'm just going to let you guys know they sell out like that. But if you would like a private read with it, I also have these up. Like, if you would like to book a private one of these, it is a 45-minute appointment. We go over all of these same placements, and then also karmic placements, anything that's affecting you karmically. So it's kind of it's like a twofold appointment there. So yeah. How fast? This list, I already had it. Well, not I already had it, but it was already, I'm going to say, about a third sold before I ever started tonight. And then it's sold out within, I don't know, what would you say, Brandon? Like 45 minutes? Because I've been on for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes now. So yeah. Can someone's chart show if their life now is closer to nirvana, like if their soul is old? No, not really. Not really. So yeah. There were tornadoes in New York City. What? 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 That makes my whole that make what? I can't process. Laura said we had tornadoes tonight in New Jersey and thunderstorms. What? I have been around Oklahoma my entire life. Even when we lived in Colorado, we came back here to visit my grandparents all the time. Um, that's not a thing. The fuck? Whoever turned the simulation up to 900, this is dumb. I don't want to do this anymore. You broke it and it's no longer fun. It's no longer fun. I don't want to anymore. You just want to know who forgot to finish Jumanji. Okay, that's funny. That's fucking funny. I'll tell you what, Toysy is next, but I kind of need a potty break. I need a potty break for a minute. So I'm gonna do the little pretty logo for a minute, and then I'm gonna go take a potty break real quick because I'm about to float away. And if y'all need a potty break, you got like literally a minute, like literally a minute. And then yeah, I'll be right. Let me not mute myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep squirming and it's gonna be uncomfortable. So you got a whole minute. All right. I had to grab some sinus medicine and get a Vlad off my coffee table. I walked in there and he was like, "What's up?" What's up? Need some catchy on hold music. Fucking elevator music. Yeah, that little jackass was literally sitting on my fucking coffee table and he knows better. He knows better. And he knew that I was headed to the bathroom. You know what I mean? He was headed to, that I was headed to the bathroom. So he was like, I'm going to sit here. I am fucking freezing. But the thing is, like, I don't want to turn my air higher, up, down. What do you guys say when you're turning the air warmer? I say up. When I say down, when I'm turning the air colder. But I don't know. It sounds weird, right? So when I'm making it warmer in here, because my air conditioner upstairs is already not keeping up. Like, it was 113 here earlier, which was funny and not funny. See, most everybody, it seems like saying seems like they're saying up. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. The cold coating on that is nasty. So we'll chase it with a brownie. We'll chase it with a brownie. Just saying. Hold on just a minute here. Let me see this. Okay. Taking forever. Or not. Or whatever. Okay. So what I'm probably going to do this evening is I'm going to do 10 tonight and 10 tomorrow. And I'll get that scheduled. So it'll be like earlier in the day tomorrow. And then I will make sure that it's on YouTube so you can watch it at any time. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like I did with the birth chart reads and stuff like that. That way y'all aren't sitting up till crazy late, and that way I can go to bed at a decent time. I've had like this nasty sinus headache around this eye today. It was over here yesterday. It's fucking bullshit. So those of y'all that have had crazy weather where you are, I think it's everywhere. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. But you know what fixes it? Brownies. 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 I'm just saying. Just saying. I would agree. Like, if we wanted to really, really talk conspiracy theories, we can talk conspiracy theories. The thunder did not sound the same with the last two storms that rolled through Tulsa. And the lightning was thicker. And I don't know how else to explain that. The lightning was thicker. Like, something is wrong. Oh my gosh, so fucking good. So fucking good. It's like gooey brownie cake. I don't know. It is gooey brownie cake, and it's so fucking just yeah. Yeah, the thunder it sounded wrong, and I don't know how else to explain that. It sounded wrong, and the lightning looked bigger, and I don't know how else to explain that either. But you guys all, if y'all have seen these, right, lightning lit up the whole neighborhood the last two times. Yeah. And that, I'm sorry, that scares the shit out of me. Like, it's getting to the point that my storm anxiety, I've always had storm anxiety. All you really need to do is see a tornado up close once. That's it. That's it. My storm anxiety has gotten so much worse over the last few years, but it has gotten really, really bad since October. Like, really fucking bad. Really bad. So, yeah. And you can't bunker anymore because of the floods. I mean, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Let me grab my sweater. I'm going to sit here and bitch about it until I do it anyway. So let me grab my sweater. Because fuck this shit. All right. Got my sweater. Got socks for my little footies. Being diabetic is stupid. I'm just gonna say that. It is. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Why can't I open this? What's they rolled up the little socky socks? Woohoo! So I'm gonna show you guys something, some magic socks. You want to see magic socks? So I like the little tiny no-show socks, right? And I have high arches, so I like the arch support. So these have like the little ribbed arch support stuff, and they have like a band across the toe and like the middle of the foot right before your heel. But look it, that is a whole little ass pad. I had no idea that they had socky socks like that. They had a whole little ass pad back here. Best thing ever. Best thing ever. Fucking glorious. Amazon. They are my favorite fucking socks ever. I've bought like 3 boxes of them. So for those of you guys that have the plantar, the bullshit shit, you know what I'm talking about? Or those of you guys that have sciatic problems. Just saying. Or those of y'all that have high arches. This time, this box is a little big. I ordered them the wrong size. It is what it is. But they're fucking comfy. And they just make me happy. I fucking love them. I fucking love them. All right. Yeah, I'm diabetic. And then I also in 2022 had a little bit. I got pretty heat sick in Dallas, and so the heat fucks me up. Like it really, really fucks me up. And so I'm inside. I get cold because my body is like, I'm a broken piece of shit, so I can't regulate and can't regulate my temperature. So I get really cold in here, and then but if I turn the air up, then it won't keep up during the day. Like even today, I have my air set on 72. Your body has to get below 72 so it can actually cool down and reset. If your body at night does not get down to 72 or below, then it can't reset. This is why you're fucking tired all the time. So if you sleep with it really warm in your room, your body's not resetting. So it has to be 72 or below. But I get cold real easy. I get hot real easy. I get overheated instantly. So you go outside and I'm like, oh, this feels good. It's warm. And within 2 minutes, I'm like, ha 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 ha. And what's really bad is this whole like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold shit. I really only have it in the summer and it's fucking stupid. In the winter, it's just cold. I put more clothes on. I put socky socks on, a sweater and stuff. I'm good, right? Glorious. No. I really only have it in the fucking summer. In the fucking summer. And it's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. All right. We should have another bite of brownie. And then we'll read for Toysy. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, see, some of y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. So, let's look at Toysy here. Sass. I just saw Sass's comment. All the theories. I want a snack. Do carrots have the parasite? I can't eat nothing without considering my life anymore. Dude, my fucking TikTok algorithm is back on this food is terrible, this food is terrible, that food is terrible, that food is terrible. You can't eat anything. And so I'm like, son of a bitch, right? So I keep making the joke like every time I eat a salad or something. I'm like, I'm playing with my life, you know. And then I saw a video today and I had to look it up because I was like, no way. Where they filed for, I don't remember if it was a patent or what. I'm pretty sure it was a patent. There was a company that filed for a patent to be able to irradiate the flour. So flour, ground, you know, like all-purpose flour that literally goes in every biscuit, bread, everything, um, to literally irradiate it, put radiation on it to kill the parasites and stuff like that. What? What? The process of making flour anyway, of breaking down the wheat to make the flour, the industrial process already strips all the stuff out of it. So now you're gonna put radiation in it. And the amount of radiation that they're going to put on it to kill those things is a lethal dose for humans. I I don't know. I don't know. And I haven't had a chance to research it yet, so I probably shouldn't have said anything. But I'm like, I mean, I don't really eat bread anyway because it fucks my sugar up. But what? 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 Okay, so we're just gonna go completely vegan and soak everything in vinegar before we eat it. I guess I don't know. So we're just gonna pickle everything. Yeah. All right, Toysy. All right. Focus, Bodhi. Pickled biscuits. I mean, they do deep fried butter, so I don't know why we couldn't have pickled biscuits. Pickled dumplings? Would they be dumplings? Pickled dumplings? I can get down with that. I make a mean dumpling recipe, I'm just saying. All right. All right. Ready? North Node retrograde in the 11th house. Okay. Personal power in the 11th house. Okay. So first of all, just this placement, just your Pegasus being in your first house tells me that you naturally travel. I would bet you travel in your sleep more than you actually just dream. So the vast majority of the things you experienced in dreams are actually travel. Okay. So you let me say this, and before I do, I want to say that it's a good thing. Okay. See this Hecate placement and how it's in retrograde right here, and see that it's in opposition to your Mars right here. Um, you are being held back from utilizing rage, and I don't know how to explain it than that. It's almost like rage magic, I guess. So if you could get really mad and rage and shoot that out, um, it would obliterate a lot of shit. Okay? I'm just saying, it would obliterate a lot of shit, and you're being kept from that, and it's probably a good thing. Because the fact that you're an Aquarius and the fact that your magic lies in Libra, that's a lot of balance, and you are someone that brings a natural balance. So if you were to completely bust out in rage, um it would upset all the balance that you bring, and you have a lot of like interpersonal magic. Oh, you're a muse, sugar. No wonder you're being kept from that rage. You're a muse. This placement right here, this is your Hades, right? It is square with that Hecate down there. That Hecate is in creativity. Okay? In creativity. Even though it's in retrograde. You are a unique type of muse in that some muses just inspire whatever, right? The fact that Hades is also tied in with your Saturn, which is in the 12th house. You allow people to see past their own shadow enough that they can get inspired. So you are that person that all the broken people that come into your life, you allow them to see past all of the trauma and all of the bullshit and all of the things that have been keeping them down for so long, that they can get inspired to move forward. So a lot of the people that come into your life, you make them a better person without even realizing that you do. And I say it that way because I want you to have a little peace with this. Sometimes being a muse where you're helping broken people get better, become more, they leave afterwards, right? What was that?
What was that?
Oh, they leave afterwards. And then
my son.
a lot of times that hurts your feelings, right? Because you're like, what the hell? Like, I helped you, or whatever it was, you being around me, you said I was helping you with this and this and this, and then suddenly you just take off and you're doing this and you're doing something else. A lot of people are not meant to stay in your life. So you're going to have a lot of people come in and exit, come in and out, because they're coming in, they're getting whatever it is that they need, and then, kind of like slingshotting back out on their way. The thing is, like, I don't want you to think of it as them using you. I don't want you to think of it as them doing it on purpose, because they're not. And you're going to naturally gravitate to people that have a deeper aspect of darkness down in there. You're going to naturally gravitate to people that they have a very intense, I don't know the right word, skill set. It's probably the best word, because it's not even so much spiritual gifts. It's literally like a skill set. What I love about this is now that you know, and now that you hopefully can understand that it's not you're not the reason that these people or friends or whoever are vacating, that it's because you literally are a spiritual springboard. I hope that that helps a lot. Being a muse is actually phenomenal. um I mean, I'm going to advise you to play with this gift a little bit. I'm going to totally advise you to play with this gift a little bit. um if you ever saw the movie Dogma, Selma Hayek plays a muse in there, and it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Like, she ends up using it for evil, and it's so fun. Not saying that Toysy should go be evil, okay? But but go play with it. Go play with it. It's like Inception times 1,000. Not that you can just get people to give you, a crazy amount of money or whatever, but and sometimes as a muse, you're not going to see the results of everything immediately either, right? So you inspiring somebody to do things, to be better, to change, to do something, you might not see that for months or sometimes years. Just saying. Um, you being someone that naturally travels in the astral, you have a lot of friends over there. If you are someone that you just naturally travel, and your Pegasus sits there in your first house in Gemini, you naturally travel. What in the Sam Hill? Sass just sent a crazy photo of the current radar. What in the fuck is that, Sass? Um, y'all that are over on that side of the country on the East Coast, like, please be careful. Please be careful. What in the hell? Yeah, y'all that are over there on the East Coast, please be careful. I don't know what the hell is the fuck going on, okay? But Toysy, study the astral. Study the astral. Okay? Um Study the astral, study all the things over there, get your bearings, start going on purpose, mapping things out, just shit like that. I'm just saying. Shit like that. That's exactly what I would say. That's exactly what I would say. Um there are a lot of different things out there on the astral, a lot of different things. And going on purpose is going to be a big thing for you. I think that you've been doing it just naturally in your sleep. So going on purpose is going to be a big thing for you. Just go explore. Like, don't go with any um destination in mind, don't go with any purpose in mind, just go and explore. That's literally my advice. Go and explore. So, that makes sense. Does that make sense? Go play with that muse ability and go explore the astral, my friend. All right. I'm going to do Sam. Sam is going to be my last one for this evening. And then tomorrow, my list will be Rita, Deetra, Dana, Sherry, Sarah, Tracy, Ciara, Samantha, Amanda, and Bella. Okay. What am I doing with my life? All right, we ready, Sam? Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Looks like a kaleidoscope. North node in Pisces in retrograde. Square with your descending, square with your ascending, square with your Neptune, square with Psyche. Interesting. Okay. Trine with your Jupiter. Okay. Kali in your 12th house in Taurus. Saturn in your 12th house in Taurus. Okay. Psyche in the first house in Gemini. Pegasus in the 4th house in Leo. Okay. 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 So first of all, I want to start here, Sam. You are a natural energy well. You are. This is why you always have a crazy amount of energy, even when you're exhausted. It's why you've always been able to push yourself farther, harder, longer, stay up later. It's why you've always been able to do more than other people. And that being in the first house right there, it's something that you have always used to your advantage ever since you were a kid. The other thing I'm going to say about this is you being an energy well. See how it's kind of tied in with certain things and so on. It's tied in with some very important things. It's tied in with both your nodes and it's square with them, like kind of arguing with them a little bit. So sometimes the amount of energy you have kind of cancels out some of your spiritual gifts. It's almost like it short circuits them in a little bit, in a way. So this is why there are a lot of times that you've tried to tap into gifts, you've tried to open your third eye, you've tried to, do this or do that or learn this or whatever. And all of that energy you have, it kind of fries it a little bit, shorts it out. So I don't think that you've been blocked from any gifts at all. I think that you just need to learn how to kind of channel that energy, woo-saw that energy, and that way it won't short it out anymore. And really, there's nothing anybody can do that can fix it. The only thing that I can recommend is just continuing to like ground yourself, like on a daily basis. Do some things that allow you to ground yourself. The other thing that I can recommend, and that's just going to take practice, right? The other thing that I can recommend is take that energy and channel it into the 4 main corners of your house. Like turn your house into a transformer, like an the transformers that or maybe they're not transformers, but the big green power grid things that hold all the electricity. Um, kind of turn your house into one of those. But that will, so that won't short anything else out. What it'll do is it'll be a layer of protection, like a massive, crazy electrical layer of protection. And it will also ensure that anybody that comes into that space um, will feel safe. They'll feel comfortable. They'll feel energized and rested and so on. And the people that aren't meant to come in your space will get their ass zapped. Like, it's great. You can also program this into, or put this into whatever. I mean, if you have a favorite pair of boots, if you have a favorite pair of shoes or something like that, you can actually put that into those shoes. You just put them on for a minute or two with the height of that energy or whatever. You're like, all right, I got to calm my ass down so I can go to bed, or I got to calm my ass down so I can work or whatever. Put those shoes on for just a minute. Just kind of envision some of that draining out, going into the shoes, like the same way that you would kind of program a crystal or program an item or a doll or whatever. Y'all can do that with your shoes, okay? Especially if it's like your power shoes. I do it all the time. But that will help you kind of diffuse that intensity that's inside there. This is also why people either absolutely love you or absolutely hate you. Seriously. It's why you are a very polarizing person, even though you shouldn't be a polarizing person, even though no matter how easy you are to get along with, how chill you are, how much you like this person or whatever, like, you're a very, very polarizing person. And it's why you have people that they will go to bat for you for anything, right? They will put everything on the line to help you if you just say the word. And then you have people that they will put everything on the line to fuck you over. And there's no in between. There's no in between. So being an energy well, I want to talk about this first, then we're going to talk about the rest of it. Being an energy well is really intense because when you learn how to utilize that energy and you learn how to store it, how to diffuse it a little bit, how to send it out, that is a humongous talent. And it is one that can here, I'm gonna give you homework. I'm gonna give you an assignment. Tomorrow or the next day that you have a free moment or 7 and you can sit outside and there's a cloud, like just a single cloud. I want you to try to move that cloud. Like, let's say that you're sitting there and this cloud is going from left to right. I want you to see if if you're watching that cloud go left to right, I want you to see if you can derail it and make it go up or down. Or if you can make it split. Or if you can bust it. Either make it implode or bust it. Make it wider until it diffuses. I would be willing to bet that you can, and I'd be willing to bet that it's really easy. I'm just saying. Y'all, that is the witches that are really, really good at weather magic. That's literally what they do. I mean, the more you practice, the stronger that gets. And the more you hone that ability, the easier it is to move those clouds, those storms, all of that stuff. So I'm just saying. Just saying. It's also crowd control. I've used it at concerts to make people back up. I've used it at places like that. So I'm just saying. But okay, moving on. This is your travel. This is your Pegasus placement. It is tied in with this placement in your 12th house right here. Why am I yawning? It's not even that late. It's tied in with your 12th house. This placement words. I got tickled and I can't help it. It's tied in with your spiritual power. So you are one of those people that traveling in the astral is also a natural ability for you. You're always going to be able to do it. Ooh, ooh, my nose is itching. Ooh, somebody is talking about me like crazy. Oh, okay. I see you over there, bitches. Talk away. You are also somebody that you just travel. Period. I know that you took the shamanic class, the folk magic the folk magic class. And you know that it helped, and you had some interesting experiences and so on. I think that you have probably traveled more than you realize you have, but you're one of those people that when you kind of come back, it's black. And so you don't remember what it is. You know, you don't remember going over there or anything like that, but you wake up and you're like, what the hell did I dream about or whatever, and it's just black, but you're exhausted. It's you've been doing some shit, girl. Like you've been doing some shit and some stuff. Being an energy well and a natural traverser of the world, that's interesting. Your Kali over here, your power source, being that this is in the 12th house and being your Saturn's in the 12th house over there too, both of them in Taurus. You are someone that your personal power source comes from you having a spiritual connection. And it doesn't matter with what. If it's the land that you live on, if it's a person, if it's just that day, if it's just a stone, or, I have my whoopee, or whatever it is. If you have a spiritual connection, then it's like you can transfer that energy back and forth. Where your personal power source, especially with your spiritual gifts, might be a little weaker, you can transfer some of that energy. And do you see what I mean? Almost like a dialysis machine, like creating the circuit. There we go. I do want to talk about this one because this one's your Hecate and where the vast majority of your personal magic lies. This is in the 5th house. It's in Libra, and the 5th house is creativity and inner child and all that stuff. Dude, you are naturally there's I've just been calling it word alchemy. You are someone who is naturally talented at always having the right words. So I would bet that if you can sit down and see the words, visualize them, whatever, you can write something on a birthday card or a thank you card to make somebody just bawl their eyes out or make them so happy that they're like high the rest of the day. You are somebody that and here's the other thing, I'm going to give you homework with this too. Play with this. Play with this. I would bet that the days when you feel like your handwriting is on point, the things that you write down happen. So sit and just write, I have extra money this week. Literally, I have extra money this week. Write it in creative ways, right? Extra money finds my wallet, or extra money finds my bank account, or, whatever. And watch what happens. But write it several times and make sure that the one that you like the most is kind of the one you keep. Like erasable pens are great for this. But you're going to find that words are a powerhouse for you, and the more creative you get with them, the more they will work. So you're going to be one of those people that is really going to love ritual magic, even though you don't really have any of these, placements I'm looking for in the 9th house. You are going to love ritual magic because it is very structured. It's very verbal. Like you have to speak a lot of things into existence. And so all of those crazy old school magic books are going to be phenomenal for you as well. I do want to mention this a little bit. This is your Hades. And my eyebrows went up when I looked at this because A, it's in retrograde. B, it's in the 8th house. And I find that it's interesting that it's tied into so much in your chart, including your moon. You are one of those people that you can spot somebody's shadow side from a mile away, but you have this talent of ignoring it. And it's a lot of times to your own detriment. Because see how it's trine with your sun right down there? Sometimes it is trine to your own, or sometimes it is to your own detriment that you will ignore somebody's shadow. Not all the time. I think for the most part, you give people a very wide berth that have a deep shadow. In fact, I would bet that there are times that you have crossed the street and gone up and around because you didn't even want to walk by a place where someone was sitting having lunch because you were like, I don't want to walk by that motherfucker right there. The other thing that I'm going to say is shadow work is going to be hard for you because that is in retrograde. You have a problem seeing your own shadow sometimes, and having your descendant in Scorpio, it's going to be a little harder for you. And even just getting a little scratch into the shadow, of your shadow work, since your descendant is in Scorpio, like it's going to affect you deeper. So be careful pushing too hard in doing shadow work. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be careful because like those things are going to hit you way harder than you expect them to hit you. Okay? Does that make sense? You've been trying to work some of that. Yeah. You're kind of in a shell, in a bubble from the shadow over there. So you're a little bit immune to everybody's, including your own. So yeah. Yeah. So let me pull this up, and oh, that's so bright. I think that my eyes are probably a little bit strained from looking at the computer. I mean, y'all saw how bright my face got when I pulled up the back into my website. Like I'm like, I think my eyes got a little strained. Because somebody was asking what time tomorrow. I have a podcast filming at 3 with Patty Negri. I'll be on Patty's show tomorrow. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna say probably tomorrow morning, around maybe 11:30 Central Time. I will be live. I will try to get that scheduled so that way you guys will be able to that way y'all be able to register. But it will be on YouTube. So those of you guys that are worried about missing it or whatever because you got to be at work, it'll be on YouTube. And we have the magical Carlin who is helping to put a lot of the timestamps on everything. So that way y'all can just be like, oh, there's my name and it is at 55:42. So boop. So yeah, just say what I'm saying. So anyway, hang on. What?
I let the cat drink out of my cup because it was on the floor, and I was like, I can just get myself a new glass of water. I can just wash it and get a new one. And he's been drinking for 5 minutes straight.
That he is fucking ridiculous. This cat, I this cat is so fucking ridiculous. He has a little cup in the bathroom. It is a little glass cup. It's a very ornate glass cup because Princess Vlad has to have that. And so he gets every morning or anytime I go in the bathroom, if he's in there, he's like, wow, and he runs over showing me that he needs water. Don't think they don't have water. They have a huge water dish in there, and I keep fresh water in it. I put ice in it to make sure they have all the goodies, This he is ridiculous. He is absolutely
He literally
freaking
just sat there in front of the cup just slurping for 5 minutes. 5 whole minutes straight.
So see, then I'm like, is
Face
he
in the
that
cup.
spoiled that he needs to drink out of a cup like a princess? Or is he that
No, he's
not,
just obsessed with me and he wants my water.
Is he not
He wants my
smart
water for 5
and he can't
minutes
figure
straight.
out how to No, I've seen him drink out of the water. I think he's just that fucking spoiled.
No, he wants my water.
He's ridiculous.
He wants out of my cup.
Vlad says he's selectively dehydrated. He's selectively dehydrated because he wants hers.
Mm-hmm.
Bethany, that's fucking funny, dude.
He's been waiting all day. He said today's the day I'm gonna drink out of her cup.
Yeah, that's why I have lids on my cup beside my bed now, because he will get up there and drink out of them because he's a dick. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna go yank these off. I'm gonna go get ugly and rub the shit out of my eyeballs.
He's over here watching me.
Yeah, because he knows you're telling on him.
No, he's just obsessed with me. He's a creep.
I mean, he is. That is your cat.
He's a freak. Come here, freak.
That is your cat. So, all right, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. We will do all the things and the stuff. And it is Wednesday, so don't forget that tomorrow evening is free beginner mentorship class. So, yeah. And if you guys want to book an appointment to go over this more in depth and your karmic placements, I got you. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. Had to pull the full Oklahoman out. All right. See you tomorrow.